What's up, YouTube? Derek here with the Food Boat. We are back. July 22nd. So what does that put us at? Day 52, right? Wow. Day 52 of this live stream marathon. What is that? 9 more days then, huh? So we're sitting here. The water's running out, as you can see. We're high and dry outside the Riverdog Stadium. So we achieved what I was trying to achieve. We are at the Riverdog Stadium. You can see the little gangway there. The 2x12 did suffice. It did get us to the shore and back from the shore. What's up, Will? Good to see you. People starting to come in now in chat. So we are hanging out at the Riverdog Stadium, well, behind the Riverdog Stadium, as the title would suggest. We are high and dry. There is no water back behind the barge. There's no water under the barge. We're just kind of here. This is what I was a little bit nervous about, because I was a little bit nervous that we would get stuck here. Well, I knew we were going to get stuck here, but I was a little bit nervous that the chefs wouldn't want to come, because we do have a chef coming here in a few minutes, and then we got a chef coming tomorrow. I did go ashore and talk to the Riverdogs. We are set to cook with the Riverdogs on Wednesday. When that gets done, I'll start creeping out of here. So yeah, we're here. We made it. So we made it. We made it, Teresa. It's because y'all hanging out here, chilling. We got Will, we got Lenny, we got Teresa, we got Andy, we got Bern. Who else we got in the house here? There's other people lurking, but I can't see who you are. We do have Mariner chilling like a good boy. Let's give him a treat, huh? Well, should we give him a treat? Good dogs deserve treats. So let's give Mariner a treat. You haven't had a greenie yet, have you, today? He did get some lunch in him. I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but I did have a guest come into town today. He had to take care of some official business with the government, and once he got done with that, he came and met me here. We went and ran. He helped me pick up those boards. He helped me get some water. And then we got some fuel and some food. So we are sitting pretty right now. Mariner did get a burger for lunch, but he's dying for that greenie. Look at him. He's like ready to get it. So you good boy, huh? He did get a burger for lunch. For those of you not aware, Mike Miho, Polish Cha-Cha, came and helped me out today. That was pretty cool of him. He met me here at the Riverdogs. We went and ran some errands. And we're good. Let me get this out of the way since we're early in the chat. I know this weekend had some breaking news, political, and this is the only time I'm going to get political on this channel, but I do want to apologize to a certain someone that your candidate is no longer in the race. I know that's bothersome to you. I know you're going to lose some sleep over it, and hopefully they can come out with a candidate for you to back. But in good news, the two of you should be able to party in Miami. Hopefully he's coming down there to hang out with you. So that's the only political stuff I'm going to do today. Well, jabbed. I apologize that your candidate dropped out of the running. But it'll get better. It always does. America's not falling. Things aren't crumbling. The sun will come up tomorrow and we'll figure it out. So we are at the River Dog Stadium right now. Did I make a video on Mariners tennis ball from Andy? Mariners tennis ball video has not been made. We're waiting on something that makes sense. I might have something that makes sense while we're here at the River Dogs because they have Chelsea and they have Charlie, the River Dogs. But I think pretty sure those tennis balls came from Tim. But the piñata's here. It's a board, and we're ready to roll it out. Mariner's ready to tear it up at some point. Yeah, she was mistaken. I know it's so hard though because Andy's so generous. Andy's so generous in everything he's done and given to the channel. So it's safe to make assumptions like that. You're not wrong. But that one was from Tim. And I did ask the stadium today what it would take to get an intern in one of the mascot suits and do the tennis balls. Do the tennis balls with the mascot and Mariner. So that might happen. No promises. And you're right. Fortune cookie time. Fortune cookie time. After I quit stuffing my face with Oreos. Your lucky numbers. Teresa's getting the big screen. 43, 17, 23, 31, 39, and 12. 43, 17, 23, 31, 39, and 12 are your lucky numbers. Are y'all ready for this? Are y'all ready for the fortune reading? It's actually dropping quite the bomb on us today. It's actually dropping quite the bomb on us today. On the right track means you need to run even faster or get run over. On the right track means you need to run even faster or get run over. Wow. That one is actually a pretty damn good fortune cookie. That one's a pretty cool fortune cookie. Even if you get on the right track, you need to get moving, sweetheart, or you're going to get run over. That's what that's saying, right? If you find the momentum, keep the momentum. It means less sleeping. David. I can count on you, David. Means less sleeping, more fishing. That's what it means to David. Yeah. That's pretty freaking deep. That's pretty deep. Oh, wow. I need to chug some water. I need to chug some water. That's a pretty cool view. Stay there, remember. If there were raccoons, I didn't see them. There's a bush right outside though. That bush you see, well, the bushes you see all over there. Those things are covered in pollinators. Still not sure what exactly they are. Not sure what exactly they are. The other subs are held in review because Tiger helped you reach 50 subs. Awesome. So at 50 subs, that means what? That means you can go live mobile now, right? That's a good milestone. That's a good milestone, Andy. Andy's channel is going to surpass my channel in no time. The amount of knowledge and information that man can drop on you in one cook session. You're going to go live. I mean, you're going to fucking surpass me in no time. Do I have something else other than this shirt? Other than this shirt, I have another one to show y'all. Stay there, man. Stay there. Oh, it's freaking hot today. So the oh yeah, it was a raccoon for sure. It scared the hell out of me. I saw it. I saw it with my own eyes. I was like, what is that critter? Mariner got a bandana today. We went to lunch at Saltwater Cowboys. So the waitress gave Mariner a bandana today. He was rocking it for a little while, but he got tired of it, I guess. It's too hot. And he said it's too hot for stuff like that. Actually, a lot of y'all have dogs. Should I do I should look at a food boat bandana, shouldn't I? Because he'll rock them every now and then. He ain't going to rock them long. I should look at a food boat bandana. Yeah, maybe I should. And then this shirt came in. The shirt came in. So we'll rock that one another day. Because today I wanted to do the Biden shirt. Yeah, that color looks great, don't it? That color looks great. Phone number included with the gift. Oh, the waitress? No, she didn't give me her phone number. She did not give me a phone number. That's a cool video. I mean, that's a cool angle. Pink. Let me see. Let me see what's on the product list. What do we have? The internet don't want to move good here. How's the stream coming across on your side? Are we having any bandwidth problems? Because the internet doesn't want to load stuff on my end. Hopefully it's not on your end. Hopefully it's just migrating off of StreamYard. Knocking it out of the park today, huh? I don't know what's going on with the internet. Maybe it's just that site. It must be their site. Okay, it's their site. It's not the internet. It's that one site. Introduction of guests is not good. Today's guest needs no introduction. Today's guest, y'all know. Y'all know the guest today. So, I need to get a light up or two, huh? It's a little dark. That crazy long guy, what's up, man? Yeah, it's your friend Claudia. I don't know. She's not going to be able to go swimming today, though, because there's no water. No water. No, Reggie's not going to be till next week. I got to figure out what to do with Reggie, but Reggie's going to be next week. Yep, I'm trapped. Stuck. I'm high and dry. High and dry. Security could ask me to leave, but they'd have to figure out how to make it happen. I think today is a really low-key episode. I think today is Ceviche, if I'm not mistaken. I know we've done Ceviche on the channel before, but Ceviche is always good. Yeah, we do need to make those spuds in the legs. It'd be nice to be propped up a little bit. Get that leveled out. Today's Ceviche. Tomorrow is a different take on the Monte Cristo. You saw Andy doing Monte Cristo. Tomorrow we're gonna have Dexter do the Monte Cristo, and then Wednesday we're gonna cook with the River Dogs. We're gonna do pork belly banh mi's with the River Dogs, and I think we're gonna feed the culinary team. So the whole concession team is gonna get fed on Wednesday. So we'll be able to feed some of the crowd, some of the workers. How long must introduce each and every one of them? You're talking about the River Dog crew? That ain't happening. To keep drifting backward because Teresa wishes she could hug Mariner. You hear that, Mar? Oh yeah, I know. Steak tartare would be a good show. That would be a good show, USMC. It's not a bad idea. That might be why Tim said, I'm on a tech call. I'm on a service call. Can't be listening. Where is Doggy? Where is the pal? She said she won't be here at 2:30. What mic is outside? The non-gold one. Need a break from your break? Let's see if I can get some better lighting out there. Let's see if we can get that lighting sorted a little bit. Does that brighten it up a little? Did that do anything? I don't know if it did or didn't. You're barking at me? Hey. Hey. Come on. You getting an attitude with me? I left him outside. So he got upset. Don't do this shit to me. Don't leave me out here. That's ridiculous. What shirt am I wearing? I had to apologize to Fishman Joe. His candidate backed out of the race over the weekend. So I feel real bad for him. Oh.
Hey, chat.
Hey, chill. Hey, man, chill. Man.
Hey, guys. I'm a little bit late today. It's Claudia.
There.
A little bit late. Definitely later than I should be.
Hey, what are you doing?
Hey, Cap. Hi, big baby. Ugh, sorry for being late today.
Oh, you're good.
One of our employees. Oh, let's just go ahead and introduce myself and then I'll get into why I'm late. Hi, guys. If you didn't watch last time, my name is Claudia. Hi, Tiger. I work at Malagon. It is a restaurant on the corner of King and Spring Street in downtown Charleston, South Carolina. I've been working in food and bev for about 12 years, and miss you too, man. I've been working in food and bev for about 12 years, I would like to say, and the first, I want to say, 4-ish years of that was in the front of house, and past 8 have been in back of house. This is my 12th year working in food and bev. I was supposed to be here at 2:30 today, guys, and I apologize. I'm late. And I have a very good reason for being late. It's because one of my line cooks is moving, so I helped him pack all of his house up today with his wife and one of our other line cooks, because I know I'm going to be moving here in the next couple of months, and personally, I don't want to haul all my shit by myself. So
we had to go ashore and buy stuff so I can get
we got to go on a field trip today.
Well, they didn't get to go with me.
Oh, also, I have a gift for you.
Uh-oh.
For your future chefs that come.
Uh-oh.
I have these beautiful, lovely, little easy-to-clean plates. Biodegradable plastic. So if you ever really feel like getting rid of them, you don't feel guilty about putting them in a landfill. They will degrade within 2 years.
Oh, damn.
But they are also professionally shaped plates with a high wall. It means your food's expensive. That's the only reason they get the wall. That's it. That's literally it. Bowls that look like this, they're pretentious, but I love them. So we got you these. And black is a neutral color that goes with just about anything. So I figured you'd like to have those on board.
Nice. Well, thank you.
All right. Now, we
had to get a gangway made for today, obviously.
Yes. I could theoretically hop over land. I don't mind it. I just don't think I have the bunnies I used to when I was a college athlete.
Yeah, so we had to go get that and a couple other things.
Yeah, I had to get the last. I broke my microplane last night, so I had to go get a new one this morning because I'm a fucking idiot and I left it on the counter. We have an English cucumber. We have lemongrass, pate, paste, whatever the hell it says on there. Lots of avocados, lots of limes. That was my most recent pickup. And then in our mysterious magical cooler of fun. This is what I was reaching into last time, by the way, in case anybody was wondering. What the fuck is that? That's a good question. What is that? Oh, that's my shrimp! We're making ceviche today. Those are fresh, wild-caught local shrimp from the border of South Carolina and Georgia. These are heirloom cherries from a local farm. I believe those are from Skinny. I don't know the name of the farm itself. I just know that the guy that grows them is named Skinny, and I got these from him. We've got parsley. We've got those carrots from last time because I'm in love with them. We've got some local James Island figs that were grown in my mom's yard. We have some microgreens that my dad grew himself. These are, I believe, the same mix we had as the last time. This should be the last time we have this exact same mix as well because he should be rotating his crop, evidenced by the amaranth that we did not use. We've got shallots, another lime. We've got lemons. We've got ginger. We've got 3 large, beautiful peaches. I know this is a mess. I will be cleaning it up before I cook. I just want to show you guys what all we have. We also have Alfonso mangoes. Love those. Half of a grapefruit. That was my breakfast, but it will be going in our ceviche. Homemade garlic oil. This is the very tail end of it. I made a giant batch. I used to have confit garlic in the bottom of it. I don't anymore. This is just the oil. I do want to let you guys know, whoever told you oil does not freeze is a fucking liar. They lied to you. They lied to you so hard. Oil will freeze, and it's how I keep most of my stuff preserved at home. I like to confit just about everything, put it in these little core containers because the Mason Bell isn't a company anymore, and RIP to Mason Bell. But these are airtight. They keep all your food good for however fucking long you keep them in there, all right? And then we have Rainier cherries, which is one of my favorite types of cherry. I just love the colors on them. They're also super sweet, and it is peak season for cherries, so I do encourage you to go get some if you have them available near you. We also have mint. Now, we will be making guacamole, ceviche, and then one other thing that I said, a summer salad. We're going to be making all three of these. I brought myself a bottle of wine. I forgot to bring my cup, so what is this? Who is this?
Oh, no.
That looks like a great cup. And it'll work. Yeah.
It needs some rinse, so it's got saltwater splash all over it.
It's okay. We'll just take a towel. A little rust never killed anybody, and if it did, it's probably because you didn't have your tetanus shot, you fucking loser. So go get those. Please remember to get a tetanus shot, guys. Mainly because if you work in a kitchen, there's going to be rust no matter how well you take care of all of your shit, and you do not want lockjaw. It is ugly. I can promise you that because I've seen it. I don't know how to open wine without a bottle opener, so we're going to have fun finagling this shit. I can do it with a boot and a wall. You got a boot and a wall?
No.
We're gonna... not my fingies. So, fun fact, guys. In college, I didn't know how to open bottles of wine with a wine bottle opener, but I did learn that pressure and force will remove a cork from just about anything it's corked into. So I don't really particularly want to smack it onto here, but I might just fucking do it. The boot is specifically, I have a shoe. The boot is specifically to protect the bottom of the glass so it doesn't come out. And what you're supposed to do is literally just like this. I don't know if you can see, but it has moved out. Come on, Meech. Here she comes. I just want you guys to know that this is working. Please remember this.
Somebody's going to do a remix of this.
As they should.
You're dropping a beat over here.
6, 8, 9, 10.
It's coming.
I'm just scared of the bubbles.
Oh, yeah. We're creating all sorts of carbonation. I don't know if I want to be standing.
You won't be next to me when I open it.
Yeah.
Still too low. Keep trying, kids. We're getting there. Please, everyone give me my props. And that is how you open a bottle of wine without a bottle opener. Now, we're done with the theatrics for now, it seems. Unless I cut my lip open and I get tetanus, in which case it's going to be a very different episode. Axe is actually one of my favorite brands of rosé. So if you guys see this, please sponsor me. Jesus. I'm very inventive. Except for when it comes to getting corks back in the bottle, apparently. Mr. Derek, can you help me? I don't know how to do it. So I can get the cork out, but I can't get it back in. I don't know if that's a lesson to learn. But, okay. So Kevin, I cannot open it regular because I do not have a bottle opener. Or a corkscrew. So, I want you to know that you can always open a bottle of wine if you want to hard enough. All right. Perfect. And Mr. Derek got to record Bleats. I love. Okay. So, ladies and germs, what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and organize our station because, as you can see, it is every chef's fucking nightmare. The first thing we are going to be making, though, today is our ceviche. I want to put our raw protein in its marinade as soon as possible. It is in a bag, and before that, it traveled inside of this paper bag in a plastic bag. I'm a little bit of a freak when it comes to raw. I try not to get any sort of cross-contamination. I love these. I was wearing gloves when I put this in the bag. I rinsed and washed the bag. Put the bag in the paper bag. Very, very big about cross-contam, mainly because I don't know what all is going to happen on this surface after I leave, and I don't know what's happened before I got here. So, got to keep it as good as possible. Now, for those of you who were not here last week, I was told repeatedly to slow down my speech. Please let me know if I need to do that again. This is typically how fast I am comfortable talking. For me, this makes the most sense, and it is the most comfortable level at which to speak for me. If it is too fast, please let me know. I will slow down.
I was just going to say, for YouTube purpose, the speed at which you talk is okay.
Okay, all right.
Dial back some of the F-bombs.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is I need to bleep my own self out when I cuss. All right, I can do that. Fun fact, I did work with kids for like 3 years, so I had to learn to cuss without cussing. So fire truck became like a really, really popular word in my vocabulary for a while. Also, I'm not making chips today because it's hot. You cannot see this, and you can't feel it, but it's ridiculous out here today.
It's only 90 degrees in the shade.
It's only 90 degrees in the shade.
I mean, it's 71% humidity and 90 degrees in the shade.
All right. However, I'm going to request one moment off camera so I can go put on a bathing suit top because I'm probably going to melt in this shirt, guys.
There you go.
All right.
Manor's going to follow you in there, I think.
Okay. You want to come in? You can. All right. We're going to, a pocket door. It's got a lock at the top. All right. Okay, guys, can you still hear me? I am hiding right now in Derek's personal part of the houseboat, like where his house of the houseboat is. And I gotta say, pretty good decorator. I'm really loving the mid-Renaissance period touches we have going on in here. For me personally, the curtains alongside the bed are a bit much. I'm not a curtain gal. But hey, to each their very own. All right, ladies and germs, I think we did it. We are locked and loaded. Let's go. All right. Okay. Hi, guys. I'm back with my tits out this time. All right. Gotta get that tied. And we will be off to the races. So after I finish tying the top, first thing that we are going to be doing is peeling our shrimp and deveining them. They already have their heads taken off. And this is typically how you will get them in the market or from any sort of fishmonger unless you specifically ask for whole shrimp head on. Head on shrimp are great for making stocks. They're great for making, what's it called? Rondade. It's when you roll all of your items that you use initially to make a stock or a broth again under brand new water. It's a weaker version, but typically that is what is going to get served to you as a customer. So that's going to be like a topping for a very delicate piece of fish. It's going to be a sauce for a stewed vegetable. Things along those lines, that's what you use your rondade for, okay? Let's move that out of the way. This is honey from my aunt's farm. She lives in Hendersonville, North Carolina. I will be getting another bottle of this within the next month and a half, and one of them is going to be going to Mr. Derek here, so he gets some gorgeous local honey, and the other is going to go to me because I have to have tea in the morning, or else I'm a fucking psychopath. This is some local olive oil. This is the same bottle I had last time. It's just a squeeze bottle top sriracha. However, it is from Local Line Provisions. That is a local store here in Charleston. They have regular foods. They also have these kind of pantry items. This olive oil that is in the container was bought from them. It is a locally grown and pressed olive oil. I try to keep it as local as possible. For most people, local means grown and or made within 300 miles. I try and do a little bit more of a crazy, like hyper local is really how it would be described if we're going to get technical terms. I really like eating any and everything grown within 60 miles of my house. If I can't get there within a day, I probably don't need to eat it. That's me. However, for today, we are not following that rule. As you can see, we have Alfonso mangoes. We have peaches that are grown all the way into upstate. We have avocados that were grown in upstate. I have shallots that are from Georgia. You know, this is from where? Fucking Florida? Product of USA. Who knows? I probably should have gone to a local farmer's market this morning. I did not. That is my fault. Sue me. All right. Cutting board. We're going to go ahead and grab that, flip it over, put it over here because we do not need it to touch our raw shrimp. We're going to be doing our raw shrimp shells. And here, our shrimpy dimpies themselves. And here, you're more than welcome to crucify me in the comments for not washing my hands before I peel these shrimp. However, I know where my hands have been. I'm pretty sure Derek trusts me enough at this point that I'm not going to poison him. Okay? All right. Is Claudia visiting this weekend? My Norkin. No, I am not visiting this weekend. I am born and raised from Charleston, South Carolina.
No, he's talking about the sandbar.
The sandbar? Hell yeah. Where's the sandbar? I want to go.
I haven't decided yet. I think we're cooking here with you today, here tomorrow with Dexter from Early Bird.
Ooh.
And then we're cooking with Josh from the River Dogs on Wednesday for the River Dog crew.
Hell yeah.
And then I'm going to try to sneak out of here. And I hadn't decided yet. I think we're going to do Sandy Point again.
Ooh, that's going to be fun as shit.
So it would be probably Saturday at Sandy Point.
Ooh. Well, I'm down if you want me there. If not, I'm okay with that too. You can have a boys' day. It's not going to hurt my feelings. I did.
Well, you managed to get out to Sandy Point anyways, even with or without us, right?
Well, hey.
I don't think you're coming on the barge for that ride. It's a 5-hour ride.
I can get real drunk and make some good food in the meantime. But that's your choice, not mine. So I met Derek on 4th of July. We talked about this briefly last stream. But Mr. Derek was on his houseboat, and I was walking with the lesbians, and he was like, not him, but one of the guys on the boat was like, you like sausage? And then the lesbians were like, we're lesbians. And he was like, to eat. And they were like, absolutely. So they came on board, right? However, prior to all of this, I had to get to Sandy Point, which is on the backside of Kiowa. And because I was able to get there, I was able to get there because of one of my very good, if not best friends, Kaylin. She is a charter captain here in Charleston. Honestly, one of the most talented captains I've ever met. And like, I've grown up on the water. My family grew up with a 15-foot Starcraft, went out every single weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you name it, we were on the water. So now, as a sidebar, I'm going to show you how to peel a shrimp in a very, very easy fashion. All of these little leggies are attached on the underneath. Don't concern yourself with them. They'll come off with the rest of this carapace. What you want to do is you want to take your thumb, you want to push it up under the edge because this is a little flap, right? As soon as you get under the flap, keep going. Pull that. It'll wrap right off. And then with your other hand, you want to flip it around, and you want to get your nail underneath the edge of this and just peel backwards. Just literally peel it backwards. And as much as you can to get it off. This is the tail section. Squeeze the bottom, the top right here, this ridge, and the very bottom of the shrimp, squeeze. It's going to break that tension, and then you grab the tip of the tail and pull. Just whichever way you can get it, pull it off. And that tail will stay intact. You can pull your legs off afterwards. Super simple. Every single time you will get a picture-perfect cocktail shrimp. It literally will look like this every single time. We're not deveining them yet. I'm going to get through them all, and then we're going to take a knife, run it down the back. And this dark vein that you see right here, all of that, that's poop. Stop eating shrimp poop, you nasties. Stop it. I hate it. So,
it's not bad for you.
It's not bad for you, but I don't like the texture. It gets super gritty in my teeth. I'm looking forward to it. What are we looking for? Yeah! That's right, David. Gotta get crazy on the boat.
Oh, well, Andy brings his Vitamix, and he's got a commercial Vitamix and makes some killer pina coladas.
Oh, well, what do we know what the menu is? Because if we're talking about making like aliolis and shit, or like burgers and sandies, I'm a sauce girl. I love me a good sauce. Ooh, love a good sauce. Like, well, I won't say it's a sauce. It is a dressing, though. One of my favorite dressings in the world. It's a citrus vinaigrette, but it's creamy, and it's got all of these grapefruit, lemon, lime in them. It's got ginger. It's got garlic, shallot, and honey, and orange blossom vinegar or orange vinegar, however closest you can get it. and you blend the ever-living shit out of it with a neutral oil and 2 egg yolks. Dude, it's so good. It's stupid good. I make it for every family meal that I can at work because they always love it. That and homemade buttermilk ranch are also 2 winners, just every time. Caesar, I love a good sneezer. Gotta have a good sneezer recipe if you're working FinGov. There's another way you can peel shrimp. You can also bend them in half. There is a natural bend point. Take your finger, get it up under, pull forward. All that is going to come right off. Same thing, pointer finger, slide it all the way back. But you're going to be a little bit less delicate with your tail. It's always your choice, and you can be more or less delicate with your proteins because it is everybody's own personal way of doing things. But I'd rather give you the full amount of information so that way you can make an educated choice. Do you devein them? Yes, Mr. Andy, I do devein them. I do, but I only devein them afterwards. If I were in my kitchen right now, like professionally, not my home kitchen, I would be taking the shell and legs, I would be deveining, and I'd be leaving the head on because my chef likes the presentation look of a head-on shrimp.
Now, can I, just production-wise,
Absolutely, chef.
when you answer them,
Look at the camera. Sorry, guys.
you look at the screen.
Because I'm
I know.
there's more questions, and then I get nervous. I'm sorry, guys.
You're good.
All right.
No, you're a rock star. You just gotta look here.
All right. My hands are dirty, so we need to get rid of this. I'm gonna shove this in the Publix bag that it came out of, and then I'm gonna scrounge for salt water.
Nah, just be fresh water.
Ah, we're wasting the freshie. I got shrimps, sir. What the hell you want me to do? All right. Come. Wash your hands in the outdoor sink. It's a bottle of water. Now, all right, there we go. Cool. Now, we got that. There's our sink. Oh, you're right, guys. I do need a drink. I have been slacking. I've only had 1 beer today, guys. I'm a little bit behind because Mondays are typically my drinking day. Saturday is the day to chill out, do laundry, get stuff done around the house. All right, so like we were talking about earlier, this is that vein. I sliced through it with this knife, but this is all the stuff that you want to remain. All of this brown, gray, green, that line, that's a poop line. That's literally the anal line of a shrimp. I don't know how to say that like a grown-up, so I laugh like a child. But that's what it is. You're going to sometimes, depending on the way that they were cleaned, you're going to see more or less in there. So this one probably won't have anything in this line, and you probably will not be able to see it. For the most part, yep, okay, see? So that was from the other shrimp, I'm sorry. But you see how this line is completely clean until we get to the very, very, very end down here? It's because he had already used the bathroom and hadn't eaten since the last time he had gone to the bathroom. When you have head-on shrimp, it's going to be that the head connects right here. And the head itself isn't connected by any sort of protein tissue. It's not connected by meat like this. It's connected by, I want to say fascia. I know that's the wrong term, but I do not know the correct term. It's connected by shell and carapace, and then underneath moderate layers of tissue. They're not very thick. They're also not muscle tissue, which is what we eat out of animals. So what you would do is you would slice it down the back all the way through, just like this, with every other shrimp. You would have your poop line in the middle, just like you would with this one, but there would be another line running directly next to it, and that would be filled with yellow stuff, and that's more secretions that the shrimp is going to get rid of. However, because these are headless, that line was most likely pulled out because all of the shrimp's organs are in their head. Not a lot of people are aware of this. When you suck on the head of a shrimp or a crawfish, you're sucking out their internal organs and their blood. I just want you to remember that so you're as disturbed as I am when you see that next. Okay? All right. Great. Now that we're all on the same page again, we're going to continue deveining our shrimp.
Watch out for those Cajuns.
We're not going to do anything too crazy to them right now. However, I will say our ceviche is going to be a bit more Asian than Latino. And I would say Latino over Hispanic because in America, we would typically have a Mexican ceviche rather than a Spanish one, even though they're derived from the same thing. Okay, so here's a line I can show you guys. This is what the intestinal tract looks like when it's empty. You see that blue line right there? That's what that is. All of that is intestine. That is what's going to be filled up with all that gross yellow shit and all of the brown poop. That's your intestinal tract. I'm glad we got to see that, guys. I feel educated. Oh, don't you? No. Oh, well, just me talking to myself again. It's fine. You know, we're going to tell you a fun story about my cats.
Uh-oh.
So I have one cat. His name is Bocarone, which is Spanish for small anchovy. I named him Bocaroni because he's a tiny little white cat, and the restaurant I work at, Malagon, we have a dish called boquerones, and it's made with white anchovies. I thought it was funny because little white anchovy, little white kitten, blah, blah, blah. So fast forward, and my dad says he wants cats because he's got a farm. And I'm like, Dad, that's a great idea. All right, here. And now you can see how it yellows. Yes? You guys see how that yellows? All right, you see how it's yellowing just the teeniest bit? That's the color you will be looking for in your other line. But he wanted cats, and so I had to hold on to him for fucking ever. And then when I finally gave them to my dad because he got the farm all set for them, Ronus, which is his new nickname, Roni, freaked the fuck out and like won't stop screaming. So I think I'm gonna get him a kitten, guys. That's a fun fact. Oh, the other fun story is that he woke me up this morning by trying to suffocate me. Because apparently he loves me just so much that he's got to sleep right on my face. All right, let's see. Do we have any questions? I zipper the shrimp with my thumbs to the vein. Ooh, see, I wish I could. I don't trust myself that much. Mainly because I know I do not have the most delicate of touches. My grandmother will use her thumbs to do it. I personally cannot. I'm not that talented. So yeah, she's also the one who taught me how to peel and devein shrimp. Both sides of my family have always loved food. My dad worked in food and bev at the Charleston Crab House when it first opened on the Cooper River. And the Nortons owned it. That would be Riley and Micah Norton. And their mother owned Moo Roo Handbags, which was based out of Charleston. And in kindergarten, Micah and I were the best friends. The best of friends. And I had my 8th birthday party at that restaurant. And I had a Barbie cake. I was the first bitch in Charleston to have a Barbie cake. I want all of you to know that.
She says that waving a knife at y'all.
Yeah. That's a threat, by the way. Report me to the FBI. I hope you do. At least my life will get a little bit more interesting, if not for 12 hours. All right, let's see. What else can we talk about? Ooh, you guys, do y'all watch The Bear? I need answers. Someone in chat, give me an answer right now. Because I'm on season 3, episode 4. I haven't started it yet. All right. Remember when I told you I'm going to try and find one to show you? This is one of the ones I was talking about. This line right here, you may not be able to see it fully because it pretty much blends in with the shrimp. I'm going to lift it so you guys can tell the difference. This is that other line I was talking about right here. That is another intestinal line inside of the shrimp. So one of them is going to be filled with dark brown, very small, compacted looking sediments. This one is filled with a yellowy, orangey, goopy color. It's all of the toxins and all of the shit the shrimp has eaten, but it doesn't need for life, essentially. The same way that your kidneys filter out urea and all of those things, that's what that line in the shrimp is. It's just another, like, dump line, essentially. But yeah, I'm on season 3, episode 4 of The Bear. I have to say, so far, Carmi sucks this season, and I hate him, and I'm annoyed with him because he's literally getting in his own way for no reason other than he feels like he has to. And that angers me because, like, your whole character arc is about how you're supposed to be better and, like, you're trying to be a better person, and then, like, you're fucking with Claire, and, like, because you don't know how to be in a grown adult, like, relationship, like, and you've never processed any of the trauma that you've gone through. Like, it's just very annoying. Because for me, like, the industry is, we've evolved past that, all right? A lot of us have issues. A lot of us struggle with shit, okay? But that kind of feels like a knock in the dick a little bit to me. However, I will say they 100% nailed the obsession with denim. 100%. Because me personally, I am also obsessed with vintage denim because for some reason it just consistently holds up better in a kitchen. I've got a couple of pairs of jeans from the 70s and the 80s. 2 of the pairs are from my mom. The rest are from my dad. I just really fucking love them and they're comfortable, dude. That's the thing. That's the biggest for me is that they're comfortable. All right. We have a wooden cutting board in front of us. Typically, I would not suggest doing any sort of raw proteins on a wooden cutting board. However,
I can give you the other one if you want.
Oh, we have a different one.
It needs to be probably wiped down real quick, but
it's not gonna hurt my feelings to wipe something down. You act like I don't clean dishes every day. And I definitely do. I clean up way too many dishes. All right, my chef. I don't know if any of you guys have ever been to Malagon, so I'm gonna name drop my chef. His name is Juan Castellano.
I love that David says he's been watching YouTube for 40-something straight days. I think we're on, today's July 22nd, right?
Yes, sir.
So we're on day 52.
Damn, day 52? But yeah, that's a lot of fucking streaming. Oh, and if you guys are also fans of a rosé, these... Tiger, thank you so much.
What Tiger say?
I have the exact same plates and bowls for my boat. They're perfect. Thank you, Tiger. I picked these up and I was like, these are going to be perfect. Because presentation-wise, right, you got the aesthetic, but plastic, they can't break.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like today, right, we've got the pitch towards the back or towards the stern, but there are other days where we're pitching either starboard or port.
Oh, God.
And Mariner, sometime during the middle of the night, something will fall because weight shifts as the tide goes out. Mm-hmm. And we either favor one side or the other, so something will fall. And Mariner goes into like he goes into, what the hell is that mode?
Dad, there's an octopus, it's trying to board! And you're like, bud, it was just the coffee maker. Go ahead.
It's all right, it'll be okay.
Thank you, sir.
And he goes into like, no, we need to mess something up mode. And it's like, no, there's nothing here.
Okay. So, we have we have more than 2. We have a couple options with these shrimp shells. I can freeze them and save them for my own personal use at home, and I can use them to make a stock. I can grind them the fuck down, and I can puree that paste that's going to come out of this, because it's going to be a paste. I promise you, I've done this before. Then I can combine them. I can heat and cook them for about anywhere between 4 to 8 hours, depending how intense I want that flavor. And then put that through quinoa and mill rice in and make a bisque. I'm not going to do that because I'm not a psychopath and I don't have the time.
Let's not throw them overboard, though.
We can also throw them overboard and feed the local flora and faunas, as you see around us.
And if we do that, because I'll do it off the stern.
Yeah.
Because that's where the water is. Otherwise,
it's just going to smell like shit and you're going to get yelled at, and I don't want that.
Yeah, we already had a raccoon sighting last night, so I don't need more reason for them to be around the boat.
Ooh, let's talk about raccoons
the
and
trash
possums.
pandas.
Perfect. Thank you, Sue. Oh my God, you guys, I got the best sous chef in the game right now. So, we're going to go ahead. We're not going to keep these full shrimps. I'm going to ask Mr. Derek, does he want halves or thirds?
Thirds. Let's do thirds.
All right. So you're going to go ahead and cut your shrimps into thirds. This is definitely going to be much more of an Asian style on a ceviche. I know ceviche itself has a typically Latino or Spanish history to it. However, I've been on a really Asian kick recently. Like, I have been doing a lot of Vietnamese and Thai and Filipino style foods. Ooh, we're getting a phone call. I wonder who it is, kids. It's potential spam. Well, 3268. Let's find out. Hello. Oh, surprise. It was spam. So, we're just going to third these. What was I saying? Yes, we will be doing a much more Asian rendition of a ceviche today. I know it is a Latino or Hispanic or España dish at its core. However, I have been really into Vietnamese, Thai, and Filipino food recently. Really fresh summer flavors. Everything is just super bright and tangy. And it's almost, I don't want to say addictive, but almost addictive kind of flavor profile. You just get so into eating it. So this ceviche is going to be a 1/4 pound of shrimp. I'm not making a whole bunch because we are parked in a specific area, and Mr. Derek is definitely going to be eating this later. So it's a 1/4 pound of shrimp. I've got lots of lemons, lots of limes, half a grapefruit. We're going to be using half of that grapefruit in here. The other half will be going into our summer salad. All right, now that that part is done, we are going to wash our hands again. Get all my shrimp juices off, and then we need to wet my towel, clean my knife, and get going on all of this veg we've got over here. Alrighty tighty. Now, let's get that nice and cleaned. We're going to go ahead. This is going to disappear.
We had a lady when I was in the hotel business, Miss Alice, worked in the laundry room. And her favorite saying was, alrighty dighty.
Alrighty dighty. All right, so this is a real microplane. There are a couple different types. However, this is a real microplane. You know, because it says microplane on the side. Just like Kleenex, microplane is a brand. So if you see anything that does not have microplane on the handle or on its actual branding and it says Grater, Zester, anything like that, please do not buy it. You are going to rip the ever-living shit out of your fingers. And I'm going to tell you that because this scar right here is from a non-microplane brand microplane. And it almost went down to the bone. Please do not do this. It is a lot more expensive for you as a private citizen to have to go to the hospital and say, I'm an idiot and I didn't buy the right tool and I almost took my finger off, rather than me with workers' comp doing it. Please, please, please be smart about what you buy. So, the correct way to hold a microplane is upside down. In fact, you should not be holding it like this unless you are zesting directly over a dish. You should always hold it like this and rotate up, because all of it's going to get captured in there, and all you have to do is that. A lot simpler than trying to zest all of your shit into this tiny little bowl where nothing's gonna hold and you're just gonna be fucking pissed off the entire time. See, look, that's the only F-bomb I've dropped in the past 10 minutes. You should be so proud of me. Am I wrong?
Am I supposed to give you a sticker?
Yes.
Is that what you want?
I want a cookie, actually, and a gold star sticker. Thank you very much.
The only cookies I got are Oreos, if you approve of
Okay,
Oreos.
well, Oreos are the only cookie that matters in mass production. What are you talking about, dude? Oh, my God. If you're a person who wants to make Oreos at home, I applaud you and I commend you because you're a better woman than I will ever be. I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to buy the chemicals every time. Do you know why? Chemicals equal convenience, and my entire life is about convenience when I'm not at work, which is one of the harder things to learn about working in food and bev, especially as somebody who loves making their own food, who loves getting into the minutia and the bullshit of just about every detail you can. When I get home, I'm done. I am R&Ding only and only at work. All right, let's give you a quick little rotation station, kids. Go ahead, juice that lime. Keep your fingers underneath to catch any seeds. Again, we're not going to be just directly tossing our detritus out today because we are in front of the River Dog Stadium. And we want Mr. Derek to have a wonderful rest of his time here. We do not want him to get yelled at. All right? Always be kind and considerate, and you should definitively try and leave any place better than you found it. All right? That's our lesson today. Leave it better than you found it. So, just to recap, we will be doing that lime, half of a grapefruit. Going to go ahead, cut it. We're going to zest. I'm going to do it over like this because this is an unwieldy and awkward piece of fruit. I am just going to go ahead and do it directly over like this because the bowl is big enough. But I did just go on a rant, so I want to give you a reasoning why I would do that after being a whole bitch about it. Because otherwise, that just seems hypocritical and unfair. All right. Only a touch for the grapefruit. We don't really need too much of it. because the rest of this grapefruit juice will be going into the dressing for our summer salad. All right. Now, I almost got... Did you guys see it? You didn't see it because Derek didn't move the camera, but I literally got ready to, like, huck it off the side. And I was like, just kidding. I fooled you. All right. And then we're going to get 1 lemon. And after this, we're going to go in with some ginger. We're going to go in with some rice wine vinegar. That's a lime, not a lemon. Someone should have told me how to identify fruits this morning.
I mean, if you said it with an accent, you would have been right.
Is a limón. Ese es un limón. ¿En quién va a decirme diferente? Nadie. None of you are going to tell me different. Mainly because I can't hear you. I got to read you. And if I don't look, it doesn't count. You know what? I'm going to tell you a controversial opinion I have. I think people who claim to get cyberbullying just need to turn off their laptop. Like, why do you care that much? Like, these aren't real people. And if they are real people who you know in, like, real life that are, like, cyberbullying you, just print out the shit that they're sending you and just read it to their parents.
My
Like, what are you...
my college roommate is a magistrate up in Transylvania County, up near Henderson Village. We were talking about.
Okay.
And he laughs because he's like, there's so many times you get people that they come in and they're like, they're saying this about me on the internet. And they want like restraining orders and stuff. And he's like, just turn the internet off.
Literally, just like turn your computer off. What are you concerned about? There's a person saying you're fat. Okay, and what about it? Like, why do you care? Unless it's true and you're offended that it's true. Like, why not just turn off the TV screen? This person saying mean things about you. Okay, and. All right, so we're peeling some ginger. This is kind of like the fucking noob way of peeling ginger. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Normally, I would just use a spoon, but I'm a lazy piece of shit, and I did not do that this time. Mainly because I just want this very end of the knob. All right, so same thing with all of your fruits and veggies, just directly underneath. Right in.
The childish part of me is going to come out there with phrasing.
You're more than welcome to. I say dumb shit all the time.
She just wants the tip.
Yeah, I just want the tip. That's it. That's it. I don't need anything more. And that's why women like me more than men, because I'm honest about what I want. All right. So we have ginger, we have lime, we have lemon, we have grapefruit. We're going to go ahead and get a little bit of this English hot house in there, because the longer this English sits in there, the more penetrated it's going to get by all of this acid, this wonderful, beautiful acid, and it's going to season our vegetables as well as cooking all of our shrimp. Now, people get nervous about ceviche because it's not your traditional cooking method. It is not heat-based cooking. It is not it's not physics, right? That's what cooking is at the end of the day. It's physics. It's knowing how the universe is going to move according to the way that you manipulate it. That's it. Ceviche is not that. Ceviche is a fully chemical reaction. It's your acid cooking your proteins. Lots of people get nervous by that because they don't think it's a real way of cooking. They think that the shrimp isn't done or they're going to die or whatever. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Ceviche is much safer than cooked shrimp overall because any sort of parasite or bacterium or virus is not going to be able to survive that acidic of an environment. This is the safest way for you to consume shrimp, literally.
But traditional cooking is still a chemical reaction. You're just adding heat instead of...
However, this is a fully chemical process, and not everybody trusts that. And it's very difficult to explain to people who have never really gotten into the sciencey nerd side of food how this gets cooked. And I personally love the sciencey nerd side of food. I'm not a gastronomer freak or anything. No, don't get me twisted, kids, but I do like to know what I'm doing. So we're just going to go ahead and make sure that's all coated nicely. And then we're going to let this sit. But before we do that, we are going to add a touch rice vinegar. Because like I said, this is going to be a bit more Asian. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get some of that beautiful little line olive oil in there. Now, I personally would call this more of a finishing oil, if anything. I wouldn't want to cook with it. Just because I have had it before, the flavor is so good that it's literally undeniably amazing. All right. Now, last time you guys got to see my salt container. Turns out I have more. I knew this. You didn't know that. So one of these has salt. One of these is red chilies. This one is our salt. This is my salt travel. This is my red pepper flake travel. This is going to be going on our summer salad, all right? However, I did bring my very favorite hot sauce once again because I'm going to continue bringing it and using it until you all buy it. This is some of the best hot sauce I have ever had in my life, and I'm not kidding. I grew up a Texas Pete gal, all right? My mom, on the other hand, she didn't like Texas Pete.
I think you got, this says Texas Pete on it, don't it?
I grew up a Texas Pete gal. My mom grew up a Tabasco gal. It's a very big argument in our household to this day. All right? She refuses to use that sriracha specifically because it is Texas Pete branded. I just want you guys to know that. All right. And then we're going to do a little bit of that. A little bit of lemongrass paste just for a little bit of more of an aromatic, fresh flavor. Just that much. That's perfect.
Just a dab, huh?
Literally just a dab. Because remember, all of these, everything that we have put in here that is not a citrus is very mildly flavored. So we don't want anything to overpower anything else. We all just want it to complement each other. That's it. We are creating a symphony. We are not creating Rolling Stones. Now, if you want to make the Rolling Stones, you're more than welcome to go to the restaurant with my chef because they are his favorite band of all time, and he would probably give you a kiss on the forehead if you brought him some memorabilia. All right, so we just added a hair bit to this. Now, as you can see, we're already starting to pink and white out, and that means that this chemical process is working, that the shrimp is getting cooked chemically. So just make it a nice little even layer. Bingo, bango, bongo. Bingo, boom, boom, boom. All right, and we're going to let her sit. Now, we're going to go ahead and...
Can I ask you to do that again real quick?
Which part?
Wait, just leveling it out, just a little bit of action on it.
All
That's
right,
all.
I'm going to stir her up a little bit. You let me know when you want me to go.
You're good.
All right. Just flatten that out a hair touch like this. You want to make sure all of your shrimp are at least touching this liquid. We are going to continually stir it throughout the rest of the time that we're here. All right. Now, I do want you guys to note that I have not just been throwing this off to the side. I do have a trash bowl. It is the same trash bowl that we use for our shrimp skins. And because all of our trash today is biodegradable, saving specifically the wrapper on this, we will be tossing it at the end of the show off the back of the boat, the stern of the boat, not the bow, because the bow, as you can tell, is facing our River Dog Stadium, which is our local, what is it, MLB team. Triple A, double A? I don't play baseball. How does this work?
I think it's triple.
Triple A. You guys are the smallest and the most loserish, I guess. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, and nobody send that to the River Dogs, please and thank you.
They in their league are really good in the South Atlantic League.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe if anybody knows a river dog who's cute and single, I do like athletes. All right, we're going to throw a little bit of shallot in here, but it's not going to be mixed in. We are literally just throwing this shallot on top. It is going to be something that we get first on our palate when we eat it. But visually, it's just going to look pretty for right now. I just lost some shallot paper. Nobody yell at me. This is not the proper way to mince a shallot. It is my personal preferred way to dice or mince a shallot.
If it gets done, is it the wrong way?
Technically, yes. Because it's always whatever the chef wants in his kitchen. So I know if I did that, my chef would pull
Your chef would throw you
this and this out, and then scoot all that shit to the side and say, if they all look like that, I'd ask you to do it the way you did it. But I didn't. I asked you to do it the way I do it because I want them to look like that. Which I get. And it's not my place to argue with the chef, to be quite honest with you. It is my place to execute his vision and make sure it goes according to what he wants. Now, kids, I did not forget that I brought that garlic oil. That is not going to be part of the cooking process for the ceviche. It is going to be the finisher for this ceviche. And we will also be tossing, where are they? Where did I put them? Where did they go? Some of these micro basils to finish our ceviche. Just because they look nice and they're got a good brightness to the dish. All right, we will be adding avocado, but that's going to be underneath our ceviche. I wanted to act as our base. Avocado, it's got a little bit less slip to it. Shrimpies, they have this natural goo to them, especially when they're dead. Avocados, when you peel them and you pluck them and you get all the meat outside of the shell, they like to stick to whatever you put them to. So that's why I want to put them on the bottom. And I already have green in here. It's already gorgeous. I don't need more green right now on the top. I want that beautiful bite underneath. And I also want that avocado to hit your palate first. And it will if it's on the bottom because you're going to do a deep scoop through with your chip. If that's the first thing that hits your tongue is beautiful, cool, creamy avocado, it sets your palate for everything else that's in this dish. You are fully refreshed and coated and waiting for this beautiful flavor explosion. Now, your choice. Do we do guacamole or do we do a summer salad next? It's your choice. I'm doing both.
Well, I mean, the guac goes with this, huh? Let's just roll right in with the guac.
All right, let's roll into guacamole. We're going to go ahead and take an avocado. I don't know if you guys remembered me telling you this last time. You do not want to move your knife. You want to move the avocado because you can always twist it apart. This is the best way to move a pit. Don't fuck around with a knife. Don't fuck around with a spoon. Don't fuck around with a fork. One twist. That's it. That's all it takes. All right, now we went. Oh, that's not a towel. I thought that was a towel. It's a ginger. All right, so you don't really need to do this when you're making guacamole. But you can if you prefer all of your chunks to have like an actual shape to them after you've mashed them or you've missed them or whatnot. Personally, I would normally just scoop it, but because I am doing a quasi-professional deal here, I'm doing my best to make it look at least appetizing to you guys because me personally, I do not eat with my eyes first. I eat with my brain, which is weird to say, but if I can mentally pull apart what's in a dish, I'm more likely to eat it than if I cannot. I guess that's just like a weird chef thing, but I like being able to tell what's in my food. And if I can guess it and it doesn't even look like how it was originally, I feel even smarter about that. All right, we're going to do 2 avos worth of guac in this. Actually, we're going to do an avo and a half because the other half I'm going to go ahead and reserve for when we plate our ceviche. So we're going to keep this pit. Okay, so fun fact. If you want to store your avocado in the fridge, keep your stone in as long as possible and spread your lemon or lime juice over the top right here. And then saran. That's it. You don't need to put it in a jar with water and hydrofoil it or whatever the fuck. You don't need to do any of that. Literally, just put lemon or lime juice on the top, cover it with saran, put it in your fridge. It will keep for 2 to 3 days with a beautiful color just like this on the outside. Everyone, at least as far as I'm aware, knows that it's oxidation that causes it to turn brown. It's the same thing that causes your blood to turn red when it's exposed to the air. Oxidation, my friends. Now, here is our half-avocado. Alrighty, dighty. We're gonna get this little bad boy out. Another microplane moment. Same thing as we did last time. Actually, I'm gonna switch limes because I started on this one. Remember when I thought it was a lime or a lemon? Just the littlest bit. We're not trying to get crazy with any of this here. Now, normally you would look at avocado. Normally you would add garlic powder, garlic paste, garlic cloves. I'm adding garlic oil, mainly because these are just a little bit under in their ripeness. So it's just going to help with that creaminess factor. All right, now that we got our lime nice and zested into there as much as we want. It's half a lime, so Derek's saving the other half of our produce because I wasn't paying attention. What a kind gentleman he is. All right, I'm going to go ahead and... Actually, he's going down here because he's covered in plastic. This is our garlic oil that I told you guys about later. So, garlic oil is the oil that you use to confit garlic. To confit, C-O-N-F-I-T, with an accent over the I, is the French way of saying to cook or poach in oil. You cook at a low temperature for an extended period of time. You are going to cook whatever it is that you've covered in oil completely through, but gently. You want it to keep as much of its original texture and look as possible. That's why when you see confit garlic, it is a garlic clove, but it's like, I don't know, that color. It's this gorgeous dark brown. That is why. All right. So this oil is a result of me confiting like 6 pounds of garlic. When I like to store my garlic oil for the fridge, I will put it in one of these, Halfway I'll fill it with confit garlic, the actual garlic cloves themselves. The other half I will fill all the way to the very top with the oil, because the longer that garlic sits in there, the more it's going to infuse. Even if you think, oh, there's a saturation point and a kid, it wrong. Completely incorrect. You are wrong. And I'm going to let you know this right now. Now, normally I would do this with a fork, but I'm dumb and I didn't bring a fork, and that's okay. We'll just get in there. Choppy, choppy, choppy with a spoon. It doesn't have to be perfect. Most guacamole isn't. Now, if you want to do this a very traditional Mexican way, you would be using a molcajete. And a molcajete is a Hispanic mortar and pestle. The difference between a mortar and pestle and a molcajete is the material that they're made with and the design of those materials. Now, can you please put your face in that and tell me how
I can smell it from here.
I just wanted you guys to know he was behind the camera on the other side and said, I can smell it from here.
Oh, yeah.
Mwah. I want you guys to know that. But yeah, so that's the difference. A molcajete is typically made from volcanic stone, and it has striations or lines on the interior bowl that helps you with breaking down your stuff. You should also, oh yeah, see that? That's what I'm talking about right there. That's that shit, dude. Oh my God. What was that?
That was last Wednesday, mofongo.
Oh, mofongo. Okay, so mofongo is one of my favorite Puerto Rican dishes in the world. It's made from yuca that's been mashed with butter and garlic and oil, and it's fucking amazing, dude. Oh my God. Mofongo is one of my favorite. That and arroz con gandules is one of my favorites. I love it. They're made from pigeon peas. Oh, so delish. I like my guac a little bit more chunky, so we're going to stop here for a sec. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get a little bit of cilantro. Oh, bye, lemon. Now, not everybody does this. I do, and I like to think it's because I'm a little bit different than most of the people who work food and bev, and they see that, like, your stems and whatnot they aren't considered to be, like, usable, typically in a recipe, especially for show. I love celery stems. I love parsley stems. I love cilantro stems. I love tarragon stems. I love thyme stems. I love oregano stems. They all have a very concentrated flavor. Typically, they're used for stocks and soups. We will be using this for the interior of our guacamole. We'll be using the leaves as decoration for the exterior. You can bitch all you want. I do not care. We will still use these the way I want to. Now, we're going to go ahead and just even them off real quick. Oh my God, that smells delish. And we will also be using some of these leaves in our ceviche. And I like personally using the stems because I think they add some much needed texture to the guac. Yeah, normally you're going to have onions and whatnot. Ooh, that's a long one. You're going to have onions and garlics and whatnot. But we're doing a bit of a revised version today. So that rolls into me doing things a little bit differently. We're going to add some shallot here in a second. This is going to be a bit of a gentler guac. My traditional guacamole has tequila in it. This one doesn't, so you're welcome, Mr. Derek. We're going to go ahead and grab us some of these cherry tomatoes. Ah, gorgeous. All right, let's get some of the yellow ones. We'll get one of the browns. We'll get a red, a matte red. Do we want the other orange one? Nah, we'll do another red. All right. How it works for me. Now, I personally don't like seeding my my cherries, especially my heirloom cherries. I just think it's a bit of a waste of time. These are absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Oh my God. I'm not even putting that. I'm eating that.
She ate that one.
I ate that one. That's gorgeous, y'all. Like, I so badly, try that. I so badly wish you guys could be here eating this with us. These are absolutely beautiful heirloom cherries. I believe these might be some Roma cherries, which is fine. But, the cilantro. And then you get this gorgeous lemongrass from the shrimp, which after we finish cutting down all of our Tommies, we're going to go ahead and look at our shrimp, give them a swirly dirly, make sure that they are still absolutely gorgeous and beautiful and ready to be utilized. And then this is also kind of a little bit of the selfish reason that I brought plates today is because I wanted to do a nice plating, but Mr. Derek also deserves to have some gorgeous plates to eat off of as well. All right, let's get that mixed around. Now you guys can definitively see how this is definitely starting to like come together, right? You see how all of this is like this gorgeous white pink color, almost orangey in nature. It's because of all of that acid, all of the acids cooking your proteins. Oh my God, and it's gonna be so good. And not only is it cooking it, it is also breaking down all of those protein bonds. So it's gonna be a softer, gentler, chewier, and not in chewy as in gummy, but chewy as in toothsome bite overall. And I'm just very, very excited to get into that now. Let's get us some shallot. Go ahead, dice that up. Same thing as we did last time with this shallot, guys. I am going to be doing the non-traditional way of cutting it. You are more than welcome to yell at me in the comments. I'm not going to read them, so I do not care. All right.
She says that as she's looking at the comments.
I say that as I'm reading the comments. Furiously scrolling. All right. I think those look a little big, but it's not going to hurt. If it didn't kill the goose, it's definitely not going to kill the gander. Alrighty. We definitely are going to need, where is my salt? Get a solid amount. That was probably 4 grams. I would call that 7 to 8. Alright, what else are we going to be putting in here today? I just had it in my brain. What was it? Ah, yes, there she is. We got that garlic oil. We've got some of this. What else did I want to? Ah, yes. Touch of sesame. Sesame is one of those few ingredients that you're really not going to need a lot of, honestly. It's very strong, so you just want to toot. That's it. We're only going for a little bit of Asian influence because, remember, we got a lot of avocados going on, and I'm going to have to ask and so nicely, can I have your black pepper again?
Yeah.
Mr. Derek has lent me his black pepper not once, not twice, but now thrice. First time being on 4th of July when I wanted it for my sausage. The second time was the last time I cooked here, and the third time will be right now.
What's up, man?
So, our plan for this, guys, is what we're going to do is we're going to crack black pepper over the top. We're going to put these cherries all along the top as well, and then that is it. That's all we're doing. Very, very light, very casual kind of guacamole. So let's just go ahead while we're here, clean up the rim. Now, I am not moving forward with this finger. I'm holding this finger in place and I'm pushing it physically with force against the wall so that way it remains in the same place, and I'm rotating the plate around the finger. All right? That's how you create a clean edge. When you see this right here, that means you pull up. You pulled up without enough force, right? You didn't do it quick enough. So what you do is you push back into that line and it's gone. All right? Over the top. We're not mixing this pepper in. All right, that's gorgeous. Now we're going to take some of these chili flakes that I showed you guys earlier. Right over the top. Just like that. Perfection. We're going to give it a drizzle. Now, when I say a drizzle, I want you guys to see that I am putting my finger. This is already a very small hole. I'm putting my finger halfway over it. I literally just want the lightest drizzle of avocado. This is that olive oil I told you guys about from Little Line. That's where I want to finish with this. Now, she looks really pretty already, but what we're going to do is we're going to add just a little bit of this tomato right on the top.
Oh, shoot.
It's okay. I believe in you, and they do too. It doesn't have to be beautiful. However, I do want to build towards the middle. Like so. Do not be afraid to get food on your hands. We talked about this last time. Your hands are the best tool that you have in a kitchen. You do not need to be afraid to use them because if you are, you don't belong in that kitchen. All right. There we go. That is going to be our guacamole for the day, people. It is Asian influenced, Asian inspired. It has garlic oil. It's got a touch of rice wine vinegar. It's got, what else the fuck does it got? It's got lemon zest. It's got lemon juice. It's got red chili flakes. It's got black pepper. It's got beautiful fresh heirloom cherry tomatoes. And it's about to have some awesome chips shoved into it. Next to that, we are going to be serving this ceviche, which is almost finished cooking, which tells me I have just enough time to go ahead and start prepping and putting together all of that stuff for my summer salad, which I am very excited to do. And then we will have a 3-way taste test, but until then, you are more than welcome to try my avocado spoon.
Yep. That's good.
I do make some pretty fucking banging food, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you do.
That was one of the reasons, actually, why I wanted to get in food and bed. But yeah, it's absolutely fun, and I love the shit out of it. Don't get me wrong. However, I'm good at the food. I'm really, really good at the food. I'm bad at people. Comment, USMC, United States Marine Corps. Hoorah! I want to make a black pepper joke, but I think that's a step too far.
Now you've piqued our curiosity.
Now I want to know. All right, crazy grandpa on the lawn. Get him alone. Tell me your joke and you're allowed to stay.
We got to get off.
Well, personally, I think pink peppercorns would be a worse. I'm not finishing that sentence. You're trying to get me in trouble at work. Stop it. All right. So we're just going to fly by that and move on into
Peaches.
Our peaches. These are South Carolina grown peaches. Now, if I was at home, I have 2 options for peeling them. I can X, just like that. And after making that X, I would drop them into boiling water and they would slip themselves because the water gets between the skin of the peach and the actual meat and lifts it off. However, because I'm not at home and I really fucking don't feel like turning on anything hot today, I am not going to be doing this slicey method. I'm just going to go ahead, make a couple cuts down that line, find my cut, and start peeling. That's literally it. Now, if this peach proves too hard for me to peel fully in 2 minutes, which I feel like it's going to, we're just going to do this number, which is every chef's bane, but they've been there and they know it. You take your peach and you just go ahead and slide all under that skin. Super fucking fun. And just like that, you have a skinned peach. It's not as fun and it's not as pretty as the other ways to do it. Personally, I do not prefer doing it this way, but it seems to me I did not ripen my peaches enough. Ooh! Which brings me to my next point. If you have under-ripened peaches or figs or tomatoes or mangoes or any sort of softer fruit or stone fruit, put them in a paper bag and put it in your oven. That will ripen them ASAP because they all release the same pheromones when they're ripening. So if one releases it and another picks it up, the other will pick it up and also release that exact same pheromone. And it's just a little bit of a, what's it called? Where one thing
chain
affects
reaction?
another. There we go. Chain reaction. I was about to say. I guess it would be a catalyzing event as well, but whatever. Doesn't matter. Let's see. What else can I tell you guys about? So these are local South Carolina grown peaches. They're a little bit underripe. However, I want them that way for their texture specifically. They still have a very sweet, peachy taste, but the texture is a bit more akin to a pear or an apple. If anything, this one I would consider to be star fruit texture.
Okay.
Because it's softer. And it's also definitely a bit more mealy, which is my fault. because I picked these out, and let's talk about why they taste and texturally feel mealy as opposed to your typical peach, which is just fibrous and sweet. These taste mealy because it was sporadic rains while they were growing. In South Carolina this season, we had early season peaches, which were some of the best and fattest peaches we've ever had. And that is because we had a lot of hard, heavy, good rain when they were first sprouting and producing peaches. All of that water went into peach production. You can see that these are swollen and large. I'm going to grab another one. You guys can see that these are swollen and large, larger than the typical peach. These are about the size of an MLB baseball, if not just a bit larger. Your typical peach should not be this size. The size of this shallot is how big it should be. Like all the way around. And the shallot came out to about here. Your peaches should be about palm size. Now, you're going to say, Claudia, I buy peaches from my local farmer, and his peaches are huge, and they're organic, and blah, 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 blah. That's awesome. He's growing a genetically modified crop. So it doesn't matter. Does not matter. This is all swollen with rainwater, but all of that space wasn't filled with juice because there wasn't enough rain afterwards to fill that space with all of the nectar of this peach because it could not produce it. Why couldn't it produce it? There wasn't enough rain. So these kinds of peaches, mealy ones, happen when there's a lot of rain early on in the season, which is great. But when that rain peters off towards the midway of the season, you will get peaches like this. But this year's grapefruit haul has been phenomenal. And that's also got to do with the amount of rain we produce. So is our figs, so have our kumquats. I don't know if any of you guys know what loquats are, but they are a Japanese plum. Well, at least they're called a Japanese plum in the South. But yeah. All right, what are kids saying on the chats? Anything good?
Andy likes his Swiss peeler for this. Unripe ones are good for quick pickling, is what Chef Ceviche says.
Fully agree.
Buy the peach with your nose, smell the stem, the same for cantaloupe and many other fruits.
Yep.
No scent, no ripe.
Well, unfortunately, I did not have the time right now. In South Carolina, we are currently in between batches of peaches. So these are already picked. They are already sent off to market. These have probably been picked for about, I want to say, a week now. Most of the produce in South Carolina does not get shipped from other places, surprisingly enough. Almost all of our produce here is local. If you have to buy something that is out of season, obviously, 9 times out of 10, it's going to come from somewhere that's not here. But even then, you still have to check because we do have so many artisanal growers here. Like my dad, just for example, because it's right off the cuff and I know it so well, I know that he grows all sorts of shit all throughout every season that you would never be able to find. He's growing basil in the middle of fucking winter in March in Charleston. How? I don't know. But we have farmers that are like that, where it's like you can get, kohlrabi in the middle of the winter when you're not supposed to. Or you're able to get peaches in the middle of the winter when you're not supposed to, because they do greenhouse farming here as well. Super duper popular. It's also why South Carolina is being looked at as one of the potential states to trial run federal legality of marijuana, because we have the correct climate to grow it here without it costing us a ridiculous amount of money to transform our farmlands. However, none of you care about this shit. You came for the food. All right, we got our peach cut up. We're going to go ahead and wiggle around our mangoes, see which one is the best. Whichever one's the softest. This guy's feeling the softest today. We're going to go ahead and cut him open. Come here, buddy. Look at that pit. And that's okay. Again, these aren't fully ripe, but they're also not like, what's the word I'm looking for? Completely underripe either. These are good for if you're doing a salad of this application, because They're going to be a little bit more sour. Those peaches, yes, they are not ideally textured to what I want them to be. However, the flavor is there. The mango, I know the flavors are there because I had one of these last night out of this batch of 3 that I bought. The texture is perfect. They're a little bit sour. They're a little bit sweet. They're still a bit more toothsome or to the tooth, al dente, as it would be said in Italian, which is where al dente in English gets its derivative from. Al dente meaning toothsome or to the tooth. All right, one more time. Alrighty, dighty. After this summer salad is nice and plated up, guys, I'm going to definitely be giving Mr. Derek a spoon and some tortilla chips, and I'm telling him to go to town, all right? So don't fret. Nobody freak out, all right? We're going to have to give a good place to put this. Do you have can I borrow one of your metal bowls real quick?
Yep.
Thank you, sir. What else can I tell you that's a secret? And so, Munch, I fully agree. The peaches last like 2-3 weeks ago. They blew. These ones do too. So, Munch, back to what I was saying. They're not fully unripe, as you can tell, because they do bend and they do separate out. It's not wholly one piece. They're just not fully ripe. They're a little bit under, but it's nowhere near the amount to give you diarrhea. Promise. If it was, it'd be more akin to this color. Whereas you can see, and I will even turn them out so that we can compare the colors of all of these mangoes. These are already yellowing on the ends. That means they're ripening as such. This one would be more of a chartreuse than anyone, and this is a lime green. This is also the tail end. It was already yellowing. I specifically picked this because, just as you guys should know as food and bev professionals, color doesn't always determine the ripeness level. Typically, yes, it does. However, the softer something is, the more ripe it is on the inside, regardless of what the outside tells you. Which is why when you find a peach or a plum on the tree, you're going to touch it first and then determine whether or not it's ripe. Because visually, it might look ready, but until you tactile, get your little fingers on it, you're never going to know for certain. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this bowl and we're going to take our mango spoon or avocado spoon because we are going to be putting avocados in this anyway, and we're just going to go ahead and get in there and get around it. I don't care that there's a lot of mango attached to this. I knew it was underripe. I really do not want a lot of this mango. I'm only making a small amount of this because Mr. Derek has to eat all of this ceviche and all of this guacamole today.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wow. How dare I give you great, healthy proteins and wonderful, heart-healthy fats and capsaicin and tropical fruits. I'm the worst, honestly.
Terrible.
All the chefs, all the food and bev professionals he's ever had on, I know for a fact I'm the worst. Now, I want to eat this, so I'm going to do it off camera so you don't see me look like an animal, for real. Because you guys have seen me look pretty ugly so far, but I don't want you to see me look like an animal. You know what I mean? All right, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take our peach, throw it on in there. And normally, I know all of you already know this if you work in Vin Bev, but I would not be doing this in a restaurant if I wasn't absolutely certain that all of my fruit and veg, all of my produce, everything coming from a garden was edible. I would not ever risk a customer's life in this way. I will risk Derek and Maya's life because I trust me enough to the point where it's like, hey, I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm doing. We all know I know what I'm doing. If you don't trust me at this point, why am I on your boat? You know? All right, let's go ahead and toss that back down. We're going to do these in quarters. All right. Sorry, guys. I am trying to give you a view while I cut. All right. You can go over there. All right. Is that a better angle? Yeah, it is. All right. Yeah, I'm going to keep my hand facing you so you can see in.
Yeah, let me bring the camera down lower.
Totally fine.
That should be able to get you better.
I'm just trying not to block the actual lens. All right, we want these in quarters. Some of these guys are longer, but that's A-okay. It's just going to help give us some height on the plate. So we're going to finish with these cherries. We're going to toss them in the bowl. And then I'm going to get some actual cherries out of the cooler here. And we're going to throw those in with it. They are Rainier cherries. They're northern cherries. They've got a bit of mottling on them. And I personally just think they're really pretty. They also happen to be some of the best tasting cherries you will ever find. I also brought figs not just to put in the salad, but also as a gift for Mr. Derek. These are from my mother's fig tree, which was her mother's fig tree. These are all the way from James Island. They're freaking huge. I have never seen her fig tree put out such large figs. And again, guys, I truly believe this relates back to I am not a farmer. I have just grown up growing my own food. I like to personally say and believe that this relates back to that early season rush we had of all of that rain between, I want to say, March and late May. I believe that's what this is resulting from. All of those beautiful nutrients and all that water. I'm going to go ahead and get a cross section. Oh my God. Oh, dude, that's pretty. Tell me that's not gorgeous, dude. That's a beautiful, beautiful fig. All right, we're going to go ahead and quarter that. That's gorgeous, dude. That's absolutely beautiful. And the best part about figs, you can eat them raw, you can eat them cooked, just like any other fruit. However, when you griddle a fig, it makes its own caramel, which I love. Like, tell me that's not absolutely gorgeous. That's beautiful, dude. All right, so I am going to educate you guys real quick on a couple different types of figs. The one that I'm going to tell you about right now is the wasp fig. So this bottom right here, that is the opening to the flower that created the fig. There is a species of fig that is pollinated specifically by wasp, and it dies in the middle of the fig. So every time you cut it open, you find a dead wasp. This is not that variety, but I did want to share that with you, so you're always paranoid. You're welcome. I'm kind.
Where do you find that?
You can find it all over the United States. Not as common in the Northeast. Definitely more common in the Southeast and the Midwest. All right, we only did 2 figs. Do you think we should do a third? You don't need a third. All right, we're gonna get some Rainier cherries. Go ahead, pop that in. That's delicious. Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Absolutely ridiculously good cherries. All right. So, cherries, they have a large stone in the middle. Same thing as an avocado. Rotate, twist. All right. Now this, you can pull out with the tip of your knife if you want. You could pull out with a toothpick. You could pull out with your fingers. Personally, I'm not trying to do my fingers today. I really do not want to destroy the shape of these cherries. So I'm trying to do them as gently as possible. However, I do want you guys to remember I am not a gentle person. So this is me trying, and no one's allowed to make fun of me. Oh, that was scary, guys.
Figs are not vegan for that very reason, for
Yep.
the wasp fig, huh?
Yeah, that's why.
Because there's the possibility of a wasp being in it.
Yep.
Wow.
And that's also like a very interesting topic to dive into, because sometimes honey is considered non-vegan because it is a product of animal labor. However, if you are going to tell me that I cannot eat the product of animal labor, I can't eat any sort of produce.
Yeah, because bees pollinate everything.
Bees pollinate everything. We're doing cherries in both the ceviche and in the summer salad.
By the way.
Yes, Lovey.
What bush is this?
Which one?
Right here. It's been covered in pollinators all day. From wasps to bees to like everything.
I don't know, but it looks really similar to the ones my parents have in their yard. Huh. I'll text my mom and I'll find out. Oh, y'all don't know this about me. So my uncle owned his own landscaping company for too many years. And so I grew up knowing about plants. And then my other uncle grew up owning a plant nursery when I was growing up. He owned a plant and gardening nursery. So I know about plants from him. However, I would like to make it known that I am not a farmer. I'm not a gardener. I'm just a young woman who used to, when she lived with her parents, help them garden their food.
You stayed at the Holiday Inn Express one time?
Oh, Jesus. One time. One time in my life I did.
Don't get the vegans started on honey.
See? You get it. You get it. It's fully dependent upon their moral viewpoint in life, which is, to me, super subjective and doesn't mean shit. Like, I fully and completely and wholly understand advocating for animal welfare and animal rights and protecting animals, especially if we are going to commodify them solely for consumption. I get that. However, do not look me in the face and tell me that I'm oppressing my house cat because I feed it kibble. I hate that. And I have had vegan friends literally tell you that. Like, oh, your cat's oppressed. And I'm like, how? How? He eats wet food. Twice a day. He has 3 cat trees and 5 cat beds. He has 2 different litter boxes. And I don't know how many different fucking treats and toys. You cannot tell me he is oppressed. He has a harness. He goes on walks. Walks. Like, are you kidding? He wears a harness. He cries if the temperature in my apartment is too low for his pausies. And you're like, Claudia, why would you ever keep your temperature in your apartment so low that your cat's complaining? It's 73 degrees. He just likes to complain.
That dog complains about too hot.
Oh my God, that's how Boo is. So, I don't know how many of y'all were here last time when I was telling him about Boo, but Boo is my family dog. He is a Boykin Retriever. Well, technically they're called Boykin Spaniels, but some people call them Boykin Retrievers. It really just depends. State dog of South Carolina. He was crossed originally in the way back days with a King Charles Cavalier and a local brown mutt that ran around and hunted with the Indians that lived in this area, specifically where we're standing right now. And that is how the Boykin came to be. He's a state dog, and he does not ever let you fucking forget it. Trust me. All right. Got all that done. Our shrimpy dimpies are just about done. Where's my avocado? Here's my avocado. Okay. We've got mango. We've got peach. I've got figs. I've got some cherries. I've got some tomatoes. I'm going to go ahead, cut up my avocado for my ceviche. We're just going to get it cut. We're not going to pull it out. I'm going to go ahead and prep. This is part of that mise en place, which is pretentious and annoying. But, hey, who's counting? I've only worked in this industry since I was a grown-up, legally. Which is surprising, guys. I did the math on it last night. And somehow I'm a lifer. I have been in this industry since I was 18, and I didn't even realize it. I went for a little bit of a spiral last night learning that information. I'm not going to lie to you guys. All right, we're going to go ahead and use our knife to peel our... What is this? I was about to say garlic. Our ginger again. Go ahead and make fun of me. I am being quite the fucking noob today. That would be the 4th F-bomb that I've dropped since I have been asked to chill out. And I want you all to know that had I not been asked, it would have been 25. So, I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of that ginger in there. This is all a bit more Asian influence than I typically would cook. But this summer has just been that vibe for me, guys. I don't know what it is. But like I was saying earlier, it's just been so fun and fresh and like invigorating, I would say. Just having these gorgeous cold flavors hit your palate all at once, and then it's so clean and it just leaves with it. I don't know. I've been loving it. All right, we're going to go in with a little bit of this little line, just a touch because it's a finishing olive oil and I only want that for flavor right now. We will be finishing it again with some more little line. This is that garlic oil I told you guys about earlier. Just a touch, just enough to coat. We're going to go ahead. Where is my lemon? We're going to find some lemon. We want just the end. I didn't cut it in half. I cut it in 3/4. So lemon right over the top. Always a good choice. Go ahead, wipe your hand off. We're going to get a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, some chili flake in there, and some mint. And then we're going to go ahead and plate that up. You literally just want the littlest bit out of this. Alrighty, diety. You know what? I feel like we need some shallot in there. I wasn't originally going to add it, but for some reason it just feels right today. So shallots it is. We'll talk about something that frustrates me. When people say that shallots are just small red onions, I hate you and you're wrong. Shallot is just a nicer version. Also, I learned what elephant garlic was last night. And it's a type of leek, but it looks like garlic and it's huge. And I personally would just like to say that I want to deep fry it. I want to deep fry elephant garlic. And I want everyone to know that. Now, this is kind of an ugly dice right now. We're going to go ahead and rough chop through it. I did not want it to be pretty to begin with. I just wanted to get it into a manageable size.
Would you bread it?
Bread what? My garlic?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. But it wouldn't be like your traditional breading for like chicken fingers or anything like that. It'd probably be more of like a tempura. So It's lighter and crispier. But I would also be doing, what's it called? All right, let's go ahead and get this avocado in here. All right. A lot. No, I would do it in more of a tempura because I want it lighter and a very much more so crispy bite than I would get without. And also, I would probably do this trick that Juan taught me, my current chef. I'd give it a milk bath before I ever considered at all frying it, because a milk bath takes away from the sharpness of your garlic. So you can eat it without going, right? All right, that's ugly. So what we're going to do here is just going to harvest us some of these mint leaves. And no, I am not going to really be doing anything transformative with them. I want them whole. I think they're absolutely gorgeous the way that they are. And I think they will add a lot to the dish. Personally, I'm going to keep these 3 under here. I want to finish with those. Oh, guys, I almost forgot the most important part. Whenever you have herbs, fine herbs like mint or basil or tarragon, and you don't have the time to really like run your knife through them and make them nice, right? Smack it twice. Activates and releases a bunch of the oils because you do damage to the front side or the back side, whichever side leaf that you contact, without disrupting its structure. So what you do is you get all those oils out, sudden movement, bing, 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 but they're micro tears or micro cuts. You can't see them on the surface, so it still looks like one whole piece.
So those of y'all who didn't see earlier, she was beating the wine bottle against the post, and now she's over here smacking her mint. So
I'm just saying.
I'm not sure what you can say about that.
I've never had the cops called for domestic violence. I'm just going to say, okay? Now, we've got 2 things that we need to do. We need to mix my avocados in with my ceviche. I just want to break up that avo really quickly. And as you can see, all of the shrimp has cooked through. Bleats. I love that. We absolutely do. Alrighty, diety. And I'm just going to be leaving this in this bowl because there is this liquid that we want with each and every single scoop. However, I am going to be picking some of these cilantro leaves to put on top because you all eat with your eyes. I eat with my brain. You guys will eat with your eyes, and that's okay. We don't have to be the exact same as long as we're similar. That's all that matters, guys. We're all sisters. We're not twins. Nobody forget that. Gorgeous, guys. Gorgeous. I absolutely love it today. And this is what we're going for. We're going for something super light, super fun, super fresh, super simple. And like that's what I feel when I'm eating guac. That's what I feel when I'm eating ceviche, a light summer salad. It's why I brought the rosé. It's all tied into this very light, fun, fresh vibe that I feel, especially today, is it. Like if you look around us, it's bright, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, but it's also very fresh. And it's very new. All right, we got ceviche there. We're gonna go ahead and clear our board. All right, let me get some trash out the way, guys, and then I will plate this final dish, and then we all can listen to Mr. Derek give me my notes for today, because I promise you I will be asking for them. All right, those two are gorgeous. That can go here. We have this. All right. So in this bowl, we have ginger, we have shallots, we have mint, we have peaches, we have mango, we have figs, we have cherries, we have mint. So I'm gonna grab a big spoon. I need that surface area. Oh, it smells delicious. Mm. Where's that fig? Yeah, baby. And then we will be removing those two pieces. Where's my towel? All right, last week you guys got this banging salad from me. This week we're getting a little bit more fine dining flavor. So I'm gonna go ahead and clear off this area so in the front I can line up all three of my dishes so you guys can see them. Oh, you know what I almost forgot?
Your microgreens.
My micros.
Same thing you almost forgot last week.
Almost. Well, it's because I typically don't use micros for finishing. I like to put micros in salad. But, oh yeah, that's the shit right there, dude. All right, guys, and that would be your summer salad right here. And it is composed of peach, mint, pea tendril greens, cherries, figs, mangoes, and some heirloom cherries. For our dressing, we have shallots, we have garlic, garlic oil, finishing olive oil, salt, and pepper. We also have a bit of ginger grated in there just to keep it light, fresh, and fun. And that's it. Now, the last thing I'm going to do here today is I'm going to remove all of this. And I am going to come around. And just as if you were my chef, I'm going to present you a tasting. This is how service is run before every single shift. You must present your chef with all the dishes you make. Now, we're going to present this one first because it's the cleanest. Got to clean that edge right there. Plates. We have our second plate. And just to get this out the way, guys. No, give me my mango. 3 plates. And the very last thing he needs is a tortilla chip and a spoon. All right, Mr. Derek, please dig in. Tell me how I did.
Well, we got to get pictures for thumbnails.
Oh, absolutely.
So we got to figure out how you want.
You tell me what you want. I don't care.
What's the best way to do this? I know you presented them here, but if we put
Present where you'd like, chef.
If we put them here, we'll have at least a marsh background,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I'll get this out of your way. Here. I'm going to slide behind you so I can clean off this micro. All right, guys. So, Mr. Derek's taking pictures of all of our works together so that we can get those social points, get our social blade up.
You're going to do Mickey Mouse?
No, God, I wish. Let's see. Okay, let's see. If I could get this microplane cover back on, kids. The answer seems to be no so far.
The ceviche is really the focal point, right?
Yeah. Ceviche is the main one. The other three are accoutrement that could come to your table, but. Ooh, wait, hold on.
Somebody's mad.
I mean, like, valid, but also it's Charleston. What the fuck do you have to be mad about?
Yeah, no. Should not be in that big of a hurry.
It's crazy, though, because my mom, when she was growing up, she was like, we never had any reason to honk at people, like, ever. So, like, hearing people use their horns so liberally just, like, screws me up. And I'm like, Mom, people are idiots. All right. I'm waiting on Mr. Derek to dig in because I'm not going to. I know what it all tastes like.
She's not gonna.
I'm not going to. I know what it all tastes like.
She says, I'm not afraid to poison Derek or myself. And then she's like, I'm not going to eat it, though.
Well, that's one of the things, guys. I would like to tell you that I am odd for a chef in that I do not typically, like, taste my food as I cook. No, never been that way. And I don't know why.
By the way, I know this shirt's going to get me in trouble today.
Oh, what do you mean? DJ Khaled and fucking Biden? That's a great shirt.
Oh, that's not DJ Khaled.
Who is it? French Montana? Who is it?
That is a guy by the name of Fishman Joe.
Oh.
Who's probably devastated right now that his presidential candidate
doesn't remember his own name?
isn't running anymore. I don't think anyone's more devastated after this weekend's news than Joe.
Am I allowed to give him a chip?
Oh, for sure.
That's right. All right, how do you feel?
I'm not dead yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. It's really good.
It's really hard to fuck up guacamole, honestly.
It is. I bit into that one a little too eagerly. I actually grabbed my lip.
That should probably be served with a fork as well, but that's my fault.
No, it's good. Those figs are on point.
They're literally from my mom's yard. Like, she brought them to me yesterday, like last night, because I went over to her place for dinner and I went home. And she came to my place. She's like, I totally forgot to give these to you. I know you're doing the show tomorrow. And you talked about how you want to do a salad with figs. And I have figs. And I was like, okay, like, let me see them. And she pulls out these massive fucking figs. And I'm like, Mom, what the hell are you feeding this? Did you put a person under this tree? She's like, nope, it's just doing real good this year. I gave it lots of positive conversation in the winter. And I was like, I love how naive we are right now. I love it. Continue.
That is good.
Well,
What's got the bite?
It is the chili flake.
Oh, that's right. The chili flakes on there too. I was trying to place it. I'm like, what is that bite?
Yeah, we want to go very light But the thing for me that I like about putting dried or spiced peppers
Did you put honey on? You didn't put honey on that.
No honey on it. I thought about it, but then after tasting the fig last night and then trying the mango and the peach today, I was like, it's not going to need the honey.
No, it doesn't.
Mm-mm. It would have overwhelmed it and made it too sweet, especially with those cherries. Those cherries really pop. And that's
cherries are, yeah.
That's why I wanted them in there, because you get really cool, really like savory, really citrusy flavors, and you get this beautiful bright pop of sweet flavor all throughout. And you get the chili from the hot sauce.
Yeah.
I just want you all to know that in the South, if you're not from here, when a man stops talking while he's eating, that's a compliment. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I want you all to know that these are... Oh, yeah, they are huge, dude. I swear.
Yeah.
They're giant, dude. Like, look at these figs. They're literally huge. Like, this one is almost the entire size of half the size of my palm. It's a shit. I know it is.
It's good.
And it's not something that people typically will have with ceviche is an Asian style, which I find interesting because, like, the rice wine vinegar and the sesame give it a little extra oomph in there. Mm-hmm. It's just the teeniest bit that you need, and it doesn't overpower anything. Are you happy with your dinner, Chef?
I am.
Good, because I am leaving you the rest of the salad. And I won't be upset if you feed it to the dog.
Where's Dwinzel? Dwinzel's always the one yelling, I ain't getting enough fruits or vegetables.
Dwinzel would be so happy. It's the second week in a row that I've force fed you veg and fruit.
Yeah, it's out of focus a little. Oh, there it goes. Now it's in focus.
Oh. Who said that? Andy? Not tasting the food? Yeah. Andy, I don't know if you heard me. I think my mic might be tilted down. Let's try this again. Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. I have this odd preference, and I know this is very uncommon for chefs, and I am very much so aware that I am in the far and few between in this category. But I do not taste my food as I cook. And that is a very controversial statement to have, or to even think as a chef, because your entire job is to make sure other people are happy with your food. You're not supposed to make it the way you like it. But as somebody who has been doing this her literal entire life, like I have been cooking for my entire family since I was like 6 or 7 years old, and not in a I was parentified way, but in a I was autistic and you couldn't keep me out of the kitchen kind of way. Like I made my first souffle at 10, and I love it, but I don't need to taste it to know what it tastes like somehow. It's kind of the same way I would compare it to like dyslexic people being able to typically being able to like in their minds render a 3D model. I don't need to ingest it to know what it tastes like unless it's a flavor I have never experienced before. And it's weird, but it's the truth. I don't need to taste for salt. I don't need to taste for pepper. I know exactly how much my hands measure. I generally know the salt or sugar or pepper content of any fruit, vegetable, or protein that I work with. So I feel like I don't need to. And as much as it's dumb to say, and you should never take this advice, especially as somebody who's starting out, you should always taste your food. But as somebody who has been doing this, who gets paid to do this, who is a professional, who has done this for most of, if not all of my adult life, I have honed and refined myself enough to where I do not need to do that. If I go into a white coat fine dining kind of environment in which and I've done it. Sorelle is a white coat fine dining where you have sous chefs in charge of departments, and your sous chefs have executive sous chefs who have CDCs to report to, which is awesome. And I love that level of organization and exactness, but it's not me. If I were to ever work in that kind of environment, I would definitively be tasting my food every single day. However, because I do not work in that kind of environment, and I know the ingredients that I work with, and I know the flavor profiles I'm going for, unless I am genuinely insecure and do not think I can do it, I'm not going to taste my food. And I'm not a person who is insecure or easily swayed to feel as if they are insecure about what they're doing or making. So, about my chef knife before your parents met, I've always tasted for end results. See, that's the thing. And I think that's where I'm getting a little bit lazy, Andy, is because I don't have to taste for an end result. I have an executive sous chef and a chef who both work my gourmet station, who touch my plates before I send them out. And I'm going to suck my own dick a little bit here. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to ring my own horn and I'm going to toot my own bell. I have never once had a plate sent back to me. Never. I've never had a plate of food sent back to the kitchen saying it's too salty, it's under-seasoned, it's not good enough. I've never had one of my chefs send me back a plate of food and say you need more of this or more of that. That is why. And it might be that I'm riding on my ego, Andy, but I keep getting hired and they keep paying me more. So, never been able to make a duplicate flavor. I haven't either, but I don't go for exacts with my cooking. I go for the closest possible best version I can get every single time. It's not going to be the exact same because every day your lemons are different. Your salt pinch is different, even though you should generally know your average. Your pinch is different. The size and liquid content of your lemons are different. The amount of time that somebody steamed your rice is different. The degree to which your garlic is shaved is different. I can't go for exacts, but I can go for the closest assimilation I can. I can go for the closest goal to what yesterday was. Damn, you devoured that shit.
Yeah.
So is that the best out of the three, you think?
I am a sweet guy.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, since you ate all the salad, it's only fair that I eat the ceviche. And another kind of selfish reason that I didn't try the ceviche is I'm not the biggest fan of shrimp. God damn it, I can cook shrimp. Mm-hmm. That shrimp's good, baby. Mm. Yes and no, Tim.
Had a screw in the salad. A what?
A screw?
I can't let that one go. A machine screw. That's exactly right.
A screw?
How the hell do you end up with a screw?
How will I react when that does happen, though? Well, there's nothing else I can do other than say yes, chef, and remake it. Even if I believe in my abilities and I know what I can do, if chef doesn't agree, it's not my job to disagree. It's my job to say yes, chef, and do what he asked me to do. However, I've been lucky enough to work with all of the chefs that I have who take my ability into consideration. And this isn't to say that I am better than anybody else. I want to put that out there. I don't believe that I am a better cook than anybody else. I don't believe I'm a better chef than anybody else. I believe that my skill set is just a little bit different than everybody else's. I'm a person who likes to work with my hands, work with my eyes, work with my senses. I'm not an exact person. But nobody has ever sent food back. Nobody has ever told me that I don't know what I'm doing. Even when it was my first food and bev job and I was tasked with making an alioli with zero instruction. I'd never made an alioli before and I learned about it through reading. Never had made one, never watched a video on it. I just read about how to do it. And somehow I made the best one. I'm not saying this to be like, I'm the best, but I'm pretty good at this. And my chef asked me how I did it and I explained, this is how I did it. I literally put all the ingredients in that you told me, and then I just added oil until it looked right. That's how I've always learned how to cook. And that's probably like the least responsible way you can learn how to cook. But you get really good at eyeballing and laser eyes really fast. So Gordon Ramsay, never put your head between two pieces of bread. No, I've never been called an idiot sandwich, mainly because I don't make shitty food. I make really good food. Like really good food. And it's not because I think about like, oh, would this taste good together? Or would this make an impact? Or like, would this be plated nicely? It's if it grows together, it goes together. If the flavor profiles overlap, I'm gonna add them together. If I think it's a better technique than what the chef is doing, I will talk to my chef. Because I've always had chefs that say, talk to me if you think you can do it better, which is valid. And it's a great way to mitigate any issues like I would say between staff, because when you go, hey chef, we sear our fish for 15 minutes on this side and 2 minutes on that side, and I think that's ridiculous. I think an in papillote with a 3-minute sear to finish would be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
If that works better, 9 times out of 10, all of my chefs have been willing to switch the other way because they're the same way I am. It's not about exactly how it's made every time. It's about whether or not the customer is satisfied and whether or not it is a streamlined enough process to where everybody can get it, which is how it is in restaurants that are not station specific. Currently, the restaurant I work at, my chef called it a learning kitchen. I was never under anyone else as a sous or line. I was always a chef. I don't know how to say the phrase, yes, chef. Stray bullet, yes, I did. I'm kind of what you call... Oh, here's F-bomb number 4. I'm what you call a fucking tank, my friend.
I think that's number 5.
5!
You already said number 4.
You're right. We'll go for number 5. I'm a tank. However, this is also not a very high alcohol content wine. That's kind of also why I picked it.
Stray, if you didn't see it, she literally opened it, knocking it on that post there.
Yeah. I do be doing the survivals. Fun fact, I learned how to open a bottle of wine like that because we had a really expensive bottle of vodka that had been corked with a stopper for some reason, instead of having the top screwed back on in college, and we couldn't get the bottle open. And so I Googled, like, how do you open bottles without an opener, right? And everyone's like, a vodka bottle, you twist it open. And so I Googled wine bottles because they have corks. And they said that if you put it in a boot and smack it against the wall, the amount of force against the air that's in there is enough to push the cork out of the, like, chute, essentially. Like, so, yeah, ever since then, that's my go-to. And people find it so crazy at parties. They're like, oh my God, you could do that. Yeah, I can. I can also do that with your foot and open 2 beer bottles at once. It's super cool. Tim, I'm doing my best. There's no way I'm at 38. Ugh. No way I'm at 38. Hi, Jane. How you doing, baby? So, you guys, I was kind of a dick. I got Mr. Derek a little bit excited. One of the guys from work showed some interest and said he might want to come. He canceled on me today because he hates me. That's fine. You're allowed to hate me and you're allowed to cancel, but you can't do this 2 at the same time. I don't like that, but whatever. So I didn't bring anyone today. I had to help a friend move, which is why I was late. He's also one of my coworkers. I told you guys this at the top of the show. He moved like, I'm going to say 4 or 5 blocks away, but it was a big improvement, guys. He went from like a little, what do they call them? There's an English, not like American English, but British English word for it. It's something house, but it's where like a large house has been broken up into its own apartments.
Carriage house?
Carriage house. And so that's where they were in. And then they moved into this gorgeous, and I mean gorgeous, 1800s, early 1900s era house downtown. It's got a full wraparound porch. Their kitchen, y'all, is insane. So like where you guys are on the boat, you're on the starboard side. Sorry, I had to turn and face a bow to make sure I was getting it right. You're on the starboard side. So when you walk in their house and you go into the kitchen, the starboard side against the far wall is where all their appliances are. And then on the other far wall, which is probably longer than the houseboat is their dining room table area, but he's going to make it into a prep area because he's got like a refrigerator already installed, right? So what he's going to do is going to make like the second half of the kitchen into the prep/dining area. So he's got all this prep kitchen space, can put all his stuff in the fridge, and then when he's ready to move into the actual hot side of the kitchen, he can cook down there. I think that's pretty fucking cool, personally. Glad you found the hole. Which hole? Hi, Jade.
Where the screw came from.
Salad station was a roll-out drawer and a stainless steel counter fridge. Stainless steel low boy. Screw fell out of one of the hinges. We tore it. Damn. damn. I can't crush a beer can with my hands. I'm not that talented. Who is it?
That was Chef Chris.
Hi, Chris.
He's one of the chefs upstairs.
Can't crush a beer can with my hands. I can crush it with my feet, though. I'm really good at squishing. Let's see. Do you think Chris would want to come eat some food?
He just left.
Oh, Chris.
It's
Idiot.
4:45. He's going home for the day.
Well.
Chris came on the boat last year and got stuck with me
No.
because the spud was broken.
Yeah.
So we were high and dry. And I think we tried to give out, like we did on the 4th, we tried to give out like 80 sausages. Or no, they were the bratwurst, so it would have been 60 because they're a 3-to-1 10-pound case, so 30 in a case.
It was fettuccine alfredo with mushrooms and peppers, garlic bread, and a Caesar salad. I don't know what that means.
Where the screw was.
Oh, in his Caesar salad.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was talking about the meal you guys are making, and I was like, that doesn't sound like that at all.
No, we were making bratwurst, the home wrecker and stuff that they make in here.
Mm-hmm.
Because last year and the year before, I had the contract with the River Dogs, and our bratwurst was the bratwurst that you got in the stadium.
Mm.
But our price point, we couldn't get the price point down to keep the contract. And then 2, they went with one that's ready to eat, not ready to cook.
Yeah.
And ours is not ready to eat.
Yeah.
So, which makes it easier because most of the people in the concession stands are teenagers.
Yeah.
But
No.
Chris and I were on the bank of the Wapoo right there by the landing yelling to people, do you want some sausage? It did not go as well as it did at the sandbar.
Yeah. I was going to say, that's a flashback.
Mm-hmm.
Secco? No, I do not. Mainly because I don't know what a secco is. Now I want to Google a secco. David, what's a secco? I don't have secco energy. Secco cutting tools? Survey equipment and surveying instruments? Claudia is my beverage, okay. Well, I've ran out of extra beverage.
You still got some in that glass.
I would call it between 3/4 and half. So about 5/8. Secco is a typo. Thank you, Tiger. I feel like Tiger has a level head.
Mm-hmm.
Does Tiger have any pronouns I'm allowed to use? He, she, they, it, them, them.
Tiger's a he. Yeah.
Tiger's a he? I didn't know. I try not to assume. Because, like, I've learned recently, especially working in food and bev, which a lot of people are surprised to find out about. Food and bev is a surprisingly, to most, but not me because I'm in it, progressive industry. Like, I don't really care what your pronouns are, or what you want to be called, or your own personal politics. Doesn't fucking matter to me.
Just make food.
Make the food, get it to the table. Don't fucking tell me other shit. I don't care. If you say my pronouns are lemon and or tiger, I'm gonna go like, all right, you go get that lemon from the corner because I got food for lemon's table. I don't care. I want the food out of my window. That's how all of us are, which is why I find it so interesting when other people who are not in this industry genuinely get offended. Because for me, it's like I work in an industry where I need to be able to like refer to you without a name immediately. So if anyone is going to get mad here, it's going to be people that work with me. And if we don't give a shit, there's no reason for you to give a shit that much, dude. Like, who cares? Who cares? It's not your life, dude. All right. So, guys, next week.
Were you eating that one?
Next week, I'm thinking we do burgers. I'm thinking we do a nice chuck roast, ground down, maybe a little veal thrown in there for funsies. And then we get fucking frisky with it. That would be number 7, 8, 9 F-bombs. But I bet we get frisky with it. I want to do a tomato bacon jam. I want to do maybe some ziti with it. Ooh, maybe a lamb burger with some ziti, some onions, maybe a gastrique on top. Who makes more money, chefs or the servers? Tiger, you're correct. The answer is hey you. My other go-to is hey you with the face, you. And then I keep saying it until the right one turns around. Who makes more money, chefs or servers? Servers. Servers are always going to make more money because a server's paycheck is just to cover taxes. Their real paycheck is their tips. Doesn't matter if it's a tip pool or non-pool tip. Servers are always going to make more money. That's just how the world turns.
Did you see Tiger said he answers to hey you?
Yeah. Yeah. So bacon jams, Trey. I want to do a tomato bacon jam next time. We were just talking about this, about what I'm going to make next time. So I'm thinking we're going to do burgers next time because I love a good griddle burger, and a smash burger would be fucking awesome.
Okay.
And I'm thinking that with a bacon tomato jam and fun arugula salad. And then I don't really know what cheese yet. I'm thinking that. And then for sides, we're going to do something light and fresh with veg like this again, like a side salad of some sort. But it's probably not going to be like a lettuce-heavy salad. It's going to be another one of like these. And then some sort of potato dish on the side, because if you have burgers, you got to have potatoes. I'm sorry. That's just how it works. But my question for you is, would you prefer if I did like potato chips? Because those are easier to fry off than French fries are, because you can fry chips in a skillet.
Yeah.
And like it's not going to require nearly as much oil. But if you want to stay away from fried stuff completely, I'm totally fine with that.
No, we can do the Castaway Carbon.
Let's see, what else? What else can I tell you guys? Let's see. Ooh, I am a trained saucier chef and saute chef. So I have trained fully for both. I can make just about any sauce your little heart desires. That's why I'm so good at them on the fly, especially in this kind of environment. And I really love saute because personally, in my opinion, saute is one of the very, very few stations that require technique as well as timing. Grill, it's a grill. You put your meat down and you count to however many Mississippis and you flip it over. However, saute.
Now, do you like a hamburger or do you like a smash burger?
It depends on the mood. Tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but most likely the rest of the week, I'm gonna want a smash burger. But like when I'm craving a burger, I want half a pound. I want it medium rare. All right. I want bacon. I want lettuce. I want tomato. I want onion.
But you can get a half a pound in a smash burger if you do 2 patties.
I don't want that. I want that girl to moo. I want her to go, I want to hear this. That's what a cow sounds like if you've never been around a cow before. But yeah. Seco de carne Peruvian beef soup. Dry meat. Meat of dry. Seco de carne. Well, secar, S-E-C-A-R, means to dry in Spanish. De, meaning of. Carne, meaning meat. So, dry of meat or meat of dry.
Put the potatoes in the smoker, huh? I wonder what that would taste like.
That's a good tip. I like that. Well, if we're going to do that, if we're smoking shit, babe. And I'm coming in here at 8 in the morning and we're doing brisket all day. I don't play when it comes to.
Did you see those beef ribs I did?
See, this is why I had to apologize to you earlier, because I saw those beef ribs and then I sent that post to all of the guys that I work with. Because they keep asking me, like, why are you busy on Monday? Because normally they'll go to the bar or they'll go to a comedy show or whatever, group bonding shit, which is great. I'm the busy bitch. So I got this on Mondays now, and I told them my Mondays are now booked out. I have a standing appointment starting at like noon at the latest. And today I was stressed out about telling you about that because Dan was moving. But okay. So you made those ribs, and I sit to our little group chat. Oh my God, who is that? Where can I get those? I want to go. Where are you going? It's the boat on Monday. JK, LOL, we're busy. No, you're not. You're just a bunch of... Okay. Sorry that you're not as amazing and awesome and perfect as I am, and you should all remember that for the rest of forever. And tell me that every day. I mean it. Who is that?
I don't know who that is.
I'm gonna blow him a kiss. Love you, man. Let's see. What does Chad have to say? Okay, David, I need you to explain to me why it is called dry beef. Why is it called dry beef? Please. Oh, thank you, Jane. But David, for real, why is it called dry beef? I need to know. All right. Now, next question. Do I pee off the back?
There's the toilet in there I can get for you, or
I mean, I just gotta pee, and I don't mind.
All
right, chat. Nobody's allowed to be weird.
While we've been here, I just go inside.
I'm going off the back. I'm not. That's
Okay.
a lot of walking. Chad, don't be weird. Nobody be weird. But we're gonna. Ow! Fuck! We're gonna venture over the side. All right. Bring it around town. Man.
There, come here.
Oh my god, that was so fast. But my Rhonda called. You guys, Rhonda's my mom's nickname.
How did she walk that rail?
I'm talented. If I was an Indiana Jones, I'd be the one recovering all the treasures. What are you doing? Well, I'll tell you, it's doing supposed. Alright. You just let me know. Yes, ma'am. Alright. Nourish. Love you. Yeah. You guys, my Rhonda called. My Rhonda is my mother. And her name is not Rhonda. It's her nickname. And she would kill me if I told you her real name. So I'm going to tell you anyways. Her name is Agnes. And in my family, there's a tradition for 20 generations. Agnes, Claudia, Agnes, Claudia, Agnes, Claudia. And I just want you to know that when I have a daughter, her name will be Agnes. But we will be calling her RJ because I don't want her to get bullied. So it will stand for Rhonda Jr. And she's going to be cool as shit. And she's going to hang out with my mom a bunch. My mom's cool as shit. And yeah, that was a story I had for you because my mom called. Here you go. You're welcome. Now, Mr. Derek.
Yeah, they're all saying. I mean, I don't know. I know, like I'm sitting here just in shock, like about walking that freaking rail.
No, I'll do it again. What?
Now she's going in the mud.
No.
Now she's going in the mud. I mean, maybe since it's not in motion, there's no way I would walk that ledge.
Do you not trust yourself, Mr. Derek?
I don't, not that much. I don't trust myself that much.
Listen, I'm telling you, this is why you train those ankles. Hey, listen, I used to be able to walk on these ankles, like sideways like this.
No.
Oh, yeah. Got flexible ankles. You need them when you got 10 cousins that are older than you. You got to run away all the fucking time. That one was number 8. I'll give you number 8. I don't know what happened to 6 or 7, but you got 8. Ask after a bottle of wine. You know what's crazy is this is the exact same personality, regardless of bottles of wine or not.
They're saying if I hear noises tonight, it may not be a raccoon. It's Claudia walking that freaking rail.
Hashtag 40. WD. Comma 40.
Oh, there's a tennis ball right there.
Where?
No.
Let's get it. There you go, Bubba. That's for you. Yeah, that's right. You got you a ball. Yeah, see? You gotta learn how to climb like a spider monkey. Let me tell you.
They're on that one now.
Muddy ball all over the prep. Hey, prep station's been used, Derek. And also, the ball is clean.
Cool. Go down. Go down there. Go down there.
I'm gonna show y'all Derek. Oh. It's cute.
They're on the other one though.
They're not on this one?
Nah.
I know this is still recording, so we have B-roll, but I'm very surprised that Derek did not let me show you him and his legs, and it's very cute. Look at that. Adorable. I love it.
I think he went to the bathroom.
He said, Dad, I'm gone.
Hey.
Her name. Where's my baby? My baby was Dixie and Maggie got along the greatest. They are two best, but Dixie, you also like that.
Come back up.
Buddy, it's too hot for you and your posies.
How long I parked here for? Probably even Wednesday night. I've got Dexter with Early Bird Diner tomorrow, and then we're cooking with the River Dogs on Wednesday.
That's going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if one of the guys wants
Pork
to come out.
belly banh mi's on Wednesday.
I'm going to see if one of the guys wants to come out and talk to you because he absolutely loves River Dogs games and he should be here Tuesday night.
For the dog thing?
Yeah.
Does he bring his own dog, or what does he do?
His dog just passed like a month ago.
So he goes and gets dog envy?
Yeah, he gets dog envy, and him and his wife get to go. You'd like Dan.
Yeah.
You would really like Dan. Dan's from Wisconsin. He's a sweetheart.
Send Bill Murray an invite.
Oh, God. Listen, I'd send one to Darius, but I don't think he likes me too much anymore.
Anymore?
Yeah, I used to be one of his go-to bartenders. It's back when him and his wife were first was all that law.
Where is his go-to bar?
When he had people in town, El Jefe.
El Jefe.
He loves El Jefe. And it's because Jay Wachowski, who was the owner, who was one of he was my very first fruit dev manager. Made friends with him. And that's why I got hired at El Jefe, was because Jay knew me when I was their head hostess and hooper girl at Finalizing when he worked for Sam. And he has obviously since left Sam and whatnot. But before that, he owned El Jefe and had me come be one of his bartenders because I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm cute and fun and bubbly. And apparently that's what men like to spend their money on is cute, fun, and bubbly and not good drinks. So, and then whenever he came in...
Your mic's not dead. She muted it somehow.
How did I mute it? Am I unmuted?
Click the back again. You accidentally press that button.
Hello, can you hear me? Can I hear me yet?
No. Here, give it here.
Okay. So, like I said, when you guys couldn't hear me,
Oh.
Alright, let's try. Can you guys hear me now?
I should hear you.
Alright, yeah, so Dwizzle, I don't know if you've joined. I haven't seen your name in chat, but I hope you have. Because I just got Derek to eat another month's worth of fruit and veg today. Thank you very much. But yeah, he was my first employer, was Sam Mustafa here in Charleston. I don't know if any of y'all know who Sam Mustafa is, but I'll tell you. He was a very, very ridiculously successful food and bev financier. He opened a shit ton of restaurants in Charleston. And he's also a giant creep who has been charged with stealing from his waitresses and waiters and servers and bartenders to sexually soliciting things and all this other stuff.
It might be true, but we don't want to get the food bug sued.
No. I get that. But with all of these salacious rumors and things going on, I was his employee at the time, and after that, I bounced around a couple of places. This all relates back to Darius Rucker and El Jefe. And so I was hired as a bartender at El Jefe. El Jefe was managed by one of his previous managers. Owned by one of his previous managers that was my manager when I first started working for Sam Mustafa. And I'm not going to say anything bad about Jay because I like Jay. And Jay's always been good to me, but that is one of Darius's preferred places to go when he has company, especially a larger party in town. And so it just turned out to be whenever he came through, I would be the bartender at that wasn't on well, I would be working the whole bar, so I would take their party. And then after that, it just kind of became, hey, how are you? How are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And then I got requested, and yeah, we're here. I had to go straighten out an auto pay bill with death certificate. Effed up all day. Twinsel! I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that.
What are you doing, dude?
Twinsel, would you like an Oreo? Twinsel, I'm bringing you an Oreo. This is for you, Dwindle. That was a kiss. I blew you a kiss. Dwindle's been on the phone all day so far. Dwindle, babe, I know. We were supposed to get a hammer together, and then the government decided F you. And I'm sorry about that. I'm not sad. I hope you're not sad.
Come on, go.
I'm not good at being sad. I laugh at inappropriate times. People don't come to me with sad news. If they do, they know they're going to get laughed at. Which is why they don't come to me with sad news.
Dwindle planned on getting hammered with you?
That's what I said. I was like, Dwindle, babe, a travesty. And he goes, not a sad thing. And I was like, yeah, I would hope not. I am not the one to tell about sad news. I laugh at inappropriate times every time. Oh, how do you feel about Oreo Thins?
Okay.
I like them for ice cream. I don't like them for desserts. My mother, my Rhonda's calling. Hello, my Rhonda. I am still on the boat. Yep. Love you, bye.
She coming to be a true what's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you guys remember from the last time that I was on. However, I, as an adult, since turning, I want to say 23, 24, I do not drink and drive at all. And it is because I went to a bar and I got roofied at that bar. And I'm not going to say names and I'm not going to give details of people because that's not important. I've been past it. However, it has impacted my life to where I am much more cognizant about drinking and driving. Because when I was roofied, I did try to drive home. And that ended up in a lot of bad things for me, personally. I'm never, ever advocating for anybody to try this for themselves to see whether or not they can do it. You can't. You're an idiot. Don't do it. However, I do want it to be known that I do drink on this show. I absolutely do. I love a good bottle of wine. I love a beautiful blonde ale or a gorgeous cheek puckering IPA, a sour that makes the roof of my mouth tingle, makes me so happy. However, I do not at all drink and drive. And I want this to be emphasized for all of you because it may come off as preachy from others, but you've hung out with me enough to know that I'm not going to really do that for you guys. This is one topic that I don't fuck with and then I don't really fuck around with. Do not drink and drive, please. Please. It doesn't matter if I have had 1 drink or 5 drinks. I do not drive. Because it does not matter how well I know myself or how well I trust myself. I do not know the other person. I do not know who's in that car. I do not know what's going on. That's it. That is 100% the reason I do not at all ever, even if it is 1 drink in 5 hours, drink and drive. That's it. Very expensive. Dwindle's right. All caps. Very expensive and sometimes fatal. I have had calls from people that I love, like one of my uncles, and I won't say which side or a name or anything like that, but I've literally had an uncle call me after crashing his car, trying to get me to tell the cops that he's fine and all this other stuff. I will not lie for you like that. Not if you put another person's life intentionally in danger. That's not copacetic. Not at all. Oh, I am who I am comments. Great show, Derek and Claudia. Thank you, I am who I am. I am just a temporary host. Derek, you have a great concept with the food boat, especially with the way you have thought about rude dogs. Congratulations on your success and determination navigating. I am who I am. That's a very sweet comment. It's very sweet of you. All right.
Rude dogs. Not sure what that means, though.
Those rude mouth who were being mean to you earlier, you got the asses. That's what that means. All right, guys.
But
So
thank you. Yeah, thank you for that compliment. I don't know what the...
I am who I am. He says again, thank you for the compliment. He just isn't exactly sure in what you were complimenting. Or to what you were complimenting. You guys, I swear, I had a vape at one point. I did. I came on with it. It was yellow.
Oh, the river dogs.
Ah!
Rude equals river. Yeah.
Did I leave it in your house?
Your pen?
Yeah.
It's right there behind the camera, isn't it?
Ah! Yes, it is. You guys, I just want you to know that's the longest in almost 8 years I've gone without nicotine. Just kidding. That's a lie. The longest I've ever gone is 3 days. And then the other sous chef quit. So I had to take up smoking again. Because otherwise, I was going to blow my brains out. But that's just how it goes in Fit and Bev. Let's see, what else can I tell you guys? Welcome back, Teresa. What else can I tell you guys? I can tell you that every year for Thanksgiving, I travel to the middle of the country. And for the first 22 years of doing that, I would have to do it by car. And if you don't know what that means it's 18 hours in a car with your mom, your sister, your dog, and your dad. So, I'm good at road trips. What else am I good at? Stray, I would love to quit while I'm young, but unfortunately, I have a personality that does not allow me to participate in every office day culture or everyday office culture. I'm not really good at bullshitting people. Like, I'm actually pretty bad at it. I'm a very honest person, and most people, when they say that, would like to say, I'm brutally honest. And I just think that's an excuse to be mean. I'm not brutally honest. I'm just honest. Like, I'm not going to beat around the bush with you. There's no point in it, in my opinion. I've got a lot more shit to do that's way more important than coddle your feelings.
Like Talladega Nights. Just because you said with all due respect doesn't mean you can say whatever you want afterwards.
Exactly. Like, with all due respect, I think you're an ugly piece of shit. That's not very respectful at all. And there's no respect in that sentiment. And, like, you have paid them none beforehand. Don't be a dick. But if you don't like them, be like, listen, all due respect, you're not my favorite person on the planet, and I would personally prefer if you walked away from me right now. That's how you handle that. Just bought movie DVD called The Never... Excuse me, I am so sorry, but Transwriter Productions, the fact that you just bought The Never Ending Story is amazing. Number one, I really hope it is the 1990s, early 2000s version. That is my Hold on. I need you all to comprehend. That is my favorite movie from my childhood. The Never-Ending Story. You don't understand. I was obsessed. I would watch it at any given moment on Friday nights when we had movie nights with pizza and soda, because it's the only night we were allowed to eat unhealthy in my house. We would watch The Never Ending Story because I made my little sister watch it. I would beat her up until we watched it. You don't understand my obsession. You don't. Ow!
You just broke one.
Dog water all over me. No, I stepped in his bowl.
Huh?
I stepped in his bowl.
Oh, you stepped in his bowl?
Yeah. Well, now I have dog water all over me. All right. I'm glad we all understand my absolute love of the never-ending story. Thank you. Because otherwise I would have cried tears. Like solid, ugly tears. Also, I know that we have switched to the mounted view, and I wish I could show you because to most people, this looks like really, really nice weather. But to me, it looks like storm clouds are gathering, and you can tell that by the way the wind is picking up. Hold on. Hello, Mother. Just remember, I am mic'd up. All right. Could you, where we were earlier? Pull onto the side of the River Dog's truck in the grass, please. Like between us and the truck. All right. Love you. Bye. Oh, that's my beautiful Rondissimo who's about to come pick me up. Claudia did walk the side of the boat. Miss Teresa, yes, my mother is driving. She is coming to pick me up because I have been drinking. And even if I don't believe or anybody else believes it is enough to impair me, I do not trust anyone else, generally, other than myself in this life. Also, Mr. Derek, these figs are yours.
Oh, geez, thank you.
Do you want any avocados?
No, I don't have any use for them.
Okay.
I don't have any cold storage or anything.
I mean, avocados don't need cold storage.
Yeah, they kind of do.
Oh, he's already gone off to adventure my mother. But I really hope you guys enjoyed me. She's honest and has no guile. She'd be easy to play poker with. I didn't say that shit. I'm good at lying. I'm really good at it. Really, especially with poker. Oh my God. So growing up, I would play poker with my dad and all of my uncles. And I have 3 uncles on my mom's side and 2 uncles on my dad's side. And all of them, except for my dad's brother, have at least 2 sons each. So I would play poker with them growing up. And they hated it because I had such a good fucking poker face. And it would result in fist fights to the point where I garnered a new nickname because they hated me when I played poker with them. So I was Agatha when I played poker with them. And that's also where I learned about the people's elbow, because one time they wanted to wrestle and my uncle was like, give him the people's elbow. And I was like, I'm 12. I don't know what that is. And he was like, oh. And I was like, oh, dude, it's over for you. Your kidneys are mine. And it's exactly how it happened. But yeah. All right, kids. I'm gonna put my mic on the tableau here, and then me and Pooperino and Capitan Mr. Derek, we're gonna go meet my mom because my mom's cool as shit. Cool. All right. Love you, besties. TTYL. Mwah. I hope you have a wonderful evening until I get to you next week if I'm invited back. And if so, just have Mr. Derek know that I will be here promptly at like 10:30, 11 a.m. And then we'll do an all-day stream where we do breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all right? I love you. Dwindle, I will definitely give him a meat-filled omelet and then a burger for lunch and a steak for dinner, all right? All you got to do is convince him. All right. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will see you next week. Mwah. Everybody, well wishes. Pray for me. Hope that my chef doesn't want to kill me by the end of this week because I am kind of really fucking annoying at work with all my ideas. So, last things last. Last things last, guys. I'm going to actually hook you in for one more. If you don't have a knife roll, and you want to transfer your knives in a safe manner where you're assured that they're not going to chip, you're going to take a kitchen towel and you're going to take your knife. You're going to move that kitchen towel up on your board until the head of the tang of your knife, and I'm going to come up here and show you guys. until the head of the tag. This is your blade right here. This is your tag. Okay. This is the head of the tag. It's where it meets the blade. Okay. So you want the head of your tag to sit 1/4 of an inch above the bottom of your towel. I want you to fold it over so the top and the bottom of your towel meet. Should be about 1 inch between the edge of your towel and the blade. Go ahead and fold that over your blade. It's your first loop. Now I want you to just roll your blade down the length of the towel. This is the best way that you can transport your knife if you do not have a knife roll. Okay? This way. And if you were going to carry it, you carry it. Blade, this is my blade side right here, right? Because this is how I would hold my knife normally like this. So this is the top that's flat, that is uncurved, unedged. This is my edge side. You want to carry it edge side down, right? Have the back of the knife in your hand, finger across the top, just like this. All right? Finger across the top, 3-finger grip, thumb on the back side, blade side down. This is the only way you should ever transport a knife without a knife roll. This is the only way. If you're in the kitchen or walking through your restaurant, this is how you transport it. If you're on the line, you're going to transport it. I can re-roll it. It's fine for me. If you're walking through your kitchen, and you need to get to A to B, down on your wrist, right? We're going to do that one more time. We're going to do it in front of you guys, okay? Knife. Back ways. All right, so this is your blade side. This is the back of your knife. Like this. This is how you should carry a knife on the line. You want to press the back of that blade into your arm, and you bring it down. Do you see how I'm walking? You walk with it fully down. You want the blade facing your body. You do not want the blade facing your arm. You're going to cut yourself. Vertical tracks mean you mean it. Horizontals, you just want attention. Now, down. Just like that. David, you goddamn fucking gladiator. What is this shit? I have a leather sheath that straps to my calf? What the fuck? Are you trying to kill Xerxes the God King, David? What are you doing? Andy, what's your better way? My mom and Derek are talking right now, and I'm loving the bonding. I'm loving it. Taking his own Xanax. Honestly, valid, Tiger, because if I don't have at least 3 milligrams of that shit in my body in the middle of a stressful service, I will freak the fuck out. Miss Jane, no, I did not grow up with Derek. However, Derek is the name of my father. It's just spelled differently. And Derek has his own name of D-E-R-E-K, but my father's name is Frederick, F-E-R-E-D-E-R-I-C-K. So, yeah. But Derek is actually, I'm pretty sure, about to be accepted into my family because my mom and him are bonding. And, yeah. I'm trying not to waste any of my wine, but open the towel, place knife in center. Cover tip in with towel in. All right. But what do I do with my edges, Andy? All right. I'm doing it, Andy. All right. Place my knife.
Your mom said she's been in heels since 7.
Yeah, well, that's her choice. Place knife in center with tip in. I'm not bringing my mother over here so you can all thirst over my mother. That is not happening. Absolutely not. No. Oh my God, you're 29. I'm 29. See, Andy, as much as I would love to say that I agree with it, this gives me so much more padding against that blade edge that I cannot cut through it, and I get nervous about having that one side. Oh, Andy, I was following your instructions and you didn't give me anything further. What do you want from me? You know what? I'm going to let you stew on this because guess what? Internet bullying isn't real. All you have to do is close your fucking eyes. And that's what I'm going to do. This is me closing my eyes. I love you. Those are my kisses to all of you. All right. You can't bully me anymore because I'm not here, fucker. All right, all jokes aside, I really like you guys, and I hope you bring me back next week. If I'm allowed, it is fully up to Mr. Derek. And I, as always, will be bringing ridiculous amounts of fresh produce to either make him eat or leave with him. And I did tell them that next week I would be giving you an all-day meal starting at 9 a.m. So brunch, breakfast, with a meat omelet, and then burgers for lunch and steak for dinner.
Oh, jeez.
You let me know.
I don't eat that much food.
You about to, babes.
I don't eat that much food.
Well, look at all this food you got for dinner.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good night. And
Thanks. Yep.
Thank you
Thanks
so
again.
much.
Appreciate it.
I'm sorry for being late today.
No, you're good.
My fault. I double-booked myself with the moving and everything.
Life happens. Life happens. You're good.
Tell them I love them, and if you allow, I'll be back next week.
Sounds good.
Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Oh, wait. Hold on.
You forgetting something?
My detritus.
There you go.
I can't leave trash on your boat. That's not cool. I said leave it better than you found it. Here I am leaving trash everywhere. All right. Good night.
Thanks, you too. What you huffing and puffing about, Mary? Huh? What are you huffing and puffing about? Mary's like, there's still food outside. Why are we in here when there's food outside? 5:30. got the cookies. I'm sending Captain Andy the invite now, or am I supposed to hop in his StreamYard? Am I supposed to hop in his StreamYard or? I can't count. Tim's over here texting me. She didn't go inside. She walked the rail. You should have it in your inbox, Andy. You should have it in your inbox.
Oh, dear heavens.
You're not bringing the Vitamix with that one around. I'm telling you this right now.
Listen, I think you can go outside and lower your red square storm flag now.
You're not bringing the Vitamix.
Oh, we're definitely bringing the Vitamix. Wow, man. That's intense. That's how long has your guest been on board today? What time? She was late, I heard, but how long she been on?
2.5 hours, give or take.
It's enough.
That's enough.
I love her. Golly, she's a ball of fire. That is awesome, and some pretty creative dishes today, I gotta say.
For sure.
Yeah, very nice. So, we had our conversation earlier, and you were talking about river dogs and the chance of us being there Friday. And I got on Google and I tried to figure out exactly where you were kind of nestled up, where you're bowed.
We're not going to be here Friday. I've already had to decide against that. I'm going to cook with the river dogs Wednesday, and then I got to get out of here. Or I'm stuck here for the weekend.
It looks a little skinny in there.
It's very skinny. It's not a little skinny. It's very skinny. There were 45 people watching me try to creep on in here last night. But it's very skinny.
In looking now, tell me what's going on. I'm looking at. It looks like is there like a public dock that's like in the river?
So good luck with that one. Okay. The only reason I say that, I would love to dock there, but if we dock, like if we spud the Menorcan mullet, if we spud the barge down and take the Menorcan mullet ashore, you're going to want to have a couple of bike locks to cable your cleats to there, like you would in the islands and stuff at a dock, right? At a day dock.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You're gonna want to put a couple of bike locks on that thing and then lock all your valuables inside.
It sounds like you need to be a spokesman for the what's the organization there in Charleston? The commerce folks. It sounds
the
like
Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, it sounds like you got it nailed down there. All right, well that's good. I was just looking from the satellite view of the area, because our previous conversation you talked about us kind of hanging out there Friday, and maybe we do that by a land.
Andy, it took me 48 hours to move into where I'm at.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Or 36 or something, right? I started the move in. Today's Monday. I started the move in Saturday. Didn't get here until Sunday. It was 36 hours to get to where I'm at.
Well, I didn't know how much dredging you'd done on your way up there, because it really looked pretty skinny.
Oh, it's skinny. It's skinnier than that rail Claudia walked to walk outside.
Yeah, I was watching that. And I went, oh, please don't fall in that, because if you fall in that, then it's going to turn into a rescue mission. And I don't know if you've looked at Derek lately, but him down in that mud's not going to be pretty. That's not going to be pretty. Thank goodness. All right, so let me show you this. Oh, I got you.
Nice.
It's here.
She's all trailered up, ready to go, huh?
Ready to go. I got a few little things. I got to make sure the Vitamix gets loaded up and some coolers get loaded up. And then I didn't know what you were planning on for a menu, and I didn't know if chat wanted to chime in on.
Well, Gabby just texted me. Gabby, that was on when we were at the dock, the young lady who just won that Johnson and Wales scholarship. Yep. Gabby texted me and was like, "Hey, the 26th opened up, so I might see if we can get her early. I don't know what time you're planning on getting up here, and maybe doing something with her on the 26th, because I know like the 26th is like a move-in day, right? Like you show up. We don't have confirmation from Alfred at all yet.
I haven't heard anything. He's still.
I don't think he's back stateside yet.
Yeah, I think he's still over the pond.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know yet if it's just the two of us or what. So
the two of us. How big is chat? We're rolling fast.
We're 30 deep right now. Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
Physically on the boat. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's you and I, or if it's going to be you, I, and Alfred, or what yet. So Friday, I figure, is just like a move-in day, like how we did last year.
Okay.
I can get Gabby on the boat if you get here in time. Maybe we just eat with Gabby, hang out. If Alfred gets here, whatever, we can kind of play that by ear. And then Saturday, I got to put in an order for some sausage, I think, right? We're just going to probably...
Do you want me to bring some shrimp?
Do we want to do another Old Country boil?
I mean, it's. I'm a guest on yours. I don't mind grabbing some on the way, if you want to do something.
I don't know if we do a boil or if we just do sausage and hand out like bratwurst and stuff. And I don't.
Well, you think about it. You think about it, and we'll go. Or maybe chat's got some suggestions. But I could pick up some and bring them with me when I come. If we want to do that again, that's fine. Whatever.
We got to watch out for. I know they're all going to say Stripes is going to board us again. He going to eat all our damn shrimp. Ooh, these are good shrimp. Where'd you get these shrimp?
We have to pass out some wristbands or something.
They have to have those.
You're out of here.
The counting tab, though, right? Like we got to punch every hole every time he eats a shrimp. You're out of your allotment. Get off the boat.
You're out of here.
I got these 2x12s that I'm using to go ashore here. We need to take one of them with us and create a plank out of it.
Yeah, that's right. Just walk him right on off.
Yeah.
So yeah, that sounds like a good plan. I'm guessing Wapu again. Is that where you want to stage things?
Maybe. I know I talked to Josh at the River Dogs, and like he was like, if y'all want to come watch the Friday game still and do the fireworks or whatever, we can do that, or we can just hang out in the Ashley and watch the fireworks from land. I mean, it really depends on what we want to do Friday. And then Saturday, I think the best place to go, and I know Kevin Drake's in chat right now, and he's going to say otherwise, but I think Sandy Point to finish it off is going to be the place to go, where we were for the 4th of July. I think there's just a higher concentration of people there. The Redneck's very easy. The Redneck Yacht Club, Redneck Riviera, whatever you call it, but I don't think we're going to get a high concentration of people there worth doing anything. I mean, there's always a possibility there. You're going to have a shit show with some John boats and stuff. But just to actually like crowd watch, talk to people, interact with people, I think Sandy Point's going to be the better one for that.
All right. You're the host.
Yeah.
Sounds great. It sounds like a plan. As long as we got a place to get the boat in the water, anything, I mean, once we get in the water, we'll be fine. But just get the boat in the water, maybe try to figure out a way to get the vehicle moved over to Joe's or something. We can figure all that out. Because I don't, like you said, I don't want to leave. I don't want to disparage your hometown or anything, but I'd prefer to leave a vehicle somewhere that somebody's kind of, keeping somewhat of a.
We can always go park it at Susan's house, Jerry and Susan. right outside their back window. Here's looking at this. Check out this.
So I'm just checking in, and I'm tired, man. After watching your stream, I'm going to have to go take a nap.
You're tired. I'm telling you, I feel like Banchini most of the time. I joke with them. Like I literally feel like One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, where I'm just constantly, I'm tired.
Yeah, I get it. That's all right. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, it was fun. Oh,
all right.
Fishman Joe didn't see an invitation for the StreamYard. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. I'm not actually. Oh no, I didn't see that. I'm actually not even watching. I'm not even in the chat right now, so I'm kind of out of it.
Yeah. Did you see today? I have made an official apology.
Oh my gosh! Look at that.
I made an apology to Joe that his presidential candidate or incumbent is dropping out, but I think it's because Fishman and him are having too much fun in Miami. So Joe Biden just wants to give up on the whole presidential thing, and I think he's actually buying another boat for Joe. I think he's going to take up shrimping.
He'll be lost at sea. That's a bad idea. All right. Well, I just wanted to check in and.
Did you see this one? I picked this one up today, Andy.
Let me. What you got? It's the Wagyu of the sea, baby.
I picked this one up today.
I can't wait. Where that you're going to be the target of so much fun.
Oh man.
Good stuff. All right, I'll be in touch with you, and we'll get everything finalized. I'd like to get
Are you going to bring Little Joe this year then, since Big Joe's not coming? Or are we just going to let that sleeping dog lie?
I mean, he's there. I mean, maybe he makes an appearance. We'll see.
He's in chat. Maybe he'll come. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
But he promised to come to Christmas, and he got dubbed as No Show Joe.
Yeah. He got kind of caught up with some things. That's understandable.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. His buyer put him up against the gun.
Yeah. He got caught up with some stuff. So anyhow, all right. Let me get out of here, and I'll chat back with you.
All right. Later, Andy. Your own marathon this weekend? Oh, man. You never know who's going to walk up that gangway. You never know who's going to walk up that gangway. You okay, man, bro? Well, I know it's a shorter live today, but there's nothing else going on. I just got to clean up now, do some dishes, and all that stuff. You can watch paint dry, too. A Fishman Joe marathon would be pretty cool. Should I invite her, Kevin? Do you have room on your boat? If you got room on your boat, I'll invite her. If you got room on your boat and your couch, I'll invite her. Just saying, Kevin. If you want to ante up, they were paid to watch it dry. I didn't pay you to watch it dry. You paid me to watch it dry. I'm like Tom Sawyer or Huckleberry Finn. I think it's Tom Sawyer, right? That got people to pay to paint the fence. He convinced everyone to pay him to paint his own fence, or not the fence that he was supposed to paint. Oh, is Caroline coming here? Now? Is that why you thought, like I was saying, you never know who's going to walk up that? I thought you meant, is she coming Saturday? It's not a bad idea. Maybe I should text her. Derek, that's a terrible idea. Don't you do it. Joe, you can always get in the car and come up. Pilch has to stay in Florida this time, though. Pilch has to stay in Florida. I'm not getting nipped by a dog on my own boat again. He's a great dog. I love him, but I'm not getting nipped by a dog again. You can come up. He's being an ass to you. Maybe you need to get that dog a girlfriend. That dog needs a gal dog in his life. Kind of want to just go to bed. Is that wrong? I kind of want to just go to bed. I think y'all are already calling that, weren't you? Y'all already saying it's nap time? Oh, Pilch got some action. That's why then. He's the alpha now. He says, you ain't got none, but I did. Move on over, mister. There's a new alpha in town. That's what he's saying to you. Did he make eye contact with you as he did it? He was dominating you. He was saying, hey, watch this. This is how it's done. David's like, you just took Pilch's innocence away. I think that's a good idea. I think we'll end it here so Joe can go live. I know there's a little bit of a spat about us going live on each other, stepping on each other's lives. So I think I'm going to end this, let Joe go live, and I'll see you tomorrow. Y'all take care. Have a great evening. Thanks again for hanging out. If you didn't already, smash that like button. Give Claudia a freaking big thumbs up. She crushed it.